Howdy, partners. Guys, look how absolutely jacked I look in this angle. You know, hard work really pays off. I'm just fucking with you. None of that shit right now. We're talking about hex pumping. None of that fun shit. None of that funny stuff. It's nighttime, baby. Not for Tangent, but for me. 7:30 p.m. I'm a night owl, okay? Guys, so the price is going kind of crazy. We just saw a big red downwick. I want everyone to know that me and Tangent are going to be having a good time playing around. It's Hex in the evening, crypto in the evening, and we're going to see how this time slot does for us. Guys, check out this promo video while I go take a rest.
Young folks, you tripping on them motherfucker.
Richard Heart. Richard Heart.
Bought my hex from the fucking start. Point one every day we mark. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Heart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Heart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Checking my MetaMask moving. Look at the hex, he is mooning. Looking at wives they be choosing. Peter is why they be losing. Pull chains out and they'll get me a check. He's gas up and it got me a mess. Remember the times he died collect. Hex I been eating, I'm dying in the best. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this post, I ain't letting go. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this post, I ain't letting go. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Heart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Heart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Richard Heart. Richard Heart. Richard Heart. Richard Heart.
What the heck is up, Hextangent?
Yo, what's up?
Have you been freaking out, brother, about this?
Bro,
hex
I've been freaking the F out.
Pull it up already.
Check this out, right? So I actually had drawn this little possible path to 15 cents when we looked like we were about to break this downward trend line that I'd drawn, just this like local downtrend here in white, although all my lines are white at the moment. But anyway, little bit racist, but anyway. So I'd drawn this, and so it had us getting to 15 cents by like May 2nd about, and then the shit just went parabolic and went straight to 15 cents.
Where's the next support line that you see actually having to hold?
By the way, do you mean if this thing continues to fall out?
Tell me if my mic has been acting up. So if it starts acting up, you got to tell me right away.
Sounds fine right now.
Crispy, yeah, crispy.
So what are you talking about? Support for like where we are at?
Yeah, like where do you want to see it? Does it matter in Hex or what? Like, what's the deal here? Like when it goes up to a point like that, hold on, I gotta shut my door.
So right now we're still within this parabola that I just redrew it like a little bit differently, just to give it a little bit of space. But I'm not liking this candle. It's pretty massive. It's like over 3%. If you look at how much this candle has fallen, it went right up, tagged 15 cents just in time for Hexo to have to buy a stroller, and then dropped like 3.
Did he have to buy the stroller?
Oh, look at this. Can you see? That's 3.69%? Can you see that?
Oh no. Oh no, no.
It's a sign from the gods. It's a sign from the gods. 3.69, baby. So anyway, yeah, that dropped 3.69%. But anyway, I've just got I've basically adjusted the parabola to account for hopium, and so we're still technically within that parabola, but I think realistically it was more like this, and we've actually fallen out of the parabola.
Now, if there's a when you say in general, like when people say falling out of the parabola, like I know what it means, like to draw it, obviously, but what does it mean as far as like, is that just such a disturbance in the price that everyone takes a second look? Like, is that the reason? Like, is
It's
that
it's
what's
just
the
basically
actual
when
psychological reason? Like, it can't just be because a candle's drawn, right? Like,
yeah, it's just because the price becomes so overextended over what what it should be. It's just that move is just too it's gone too far for the market to really catch up, and so you can't. It stems from the fact that you can't maintain parabolic growth. It's just too extreme. It's the shit just ends up basically going exponential, even though, well, I guess technically it is an exponent because it's to the power of 2. But like, if you were to maintain that trajectory or that acceleration, you would eventually, the price would go to infinity, and that's not possible. So at some point it has to drop out and stop increasing its
and it's just a matter of when, right? Like,
rate of increase.
who decides like how valuable the product is, like supply and demand, like when, like how parabolic something can go through price
No,
discovery?
this
Like,
is more on a relative scale, right? Like, so it's
yeah,
not
I see.
it's not
I
like
see.
it's not like there's some underlying value or there's some kind of like metric for what the fair value is, and that it's above that. That is a separate thing that some people can also mount an argument for. That talking about like fair value and fundamentals and shit like that. But this is subtly different. This is not to do with what the price is relative to what the thing is worth. This is more just on a relative scale for the price structure locally around what is happening. It's just moving up too quickly for what is sustainable.
Now, what do you say like when it just keeps going up? Because like we've all seen it, right? Like we've all seen the 1100% in like 31 days, which is like literally straight up. Obviously, there's candles along the way, and there's like a few lag days in the middle. But in general, like from what I saw the first time I watched Hex pump, like right when I bought Hex, it started pumping right away. Like just it happened to be that day where it started to go. And literally it went straight up for 2 months. So I kind of lost touch with
Yeah,
what support
yeah.
and resistance was. I was just like, some things just go up massively and some things don't. Like,
Yeah, it's a good point. Like this could keep charging, and keeping in mind that the parabola that I've drawn is on such a small time scale. Like that's on a 15-minute chart, right? So we could on the broader scale, this is insignificant. This could pull back like this and fall out of the parabola and then just go absolutely just charging and end up with some parabola that you're drawing on like a larger time frame on larger candles. So that's good that you mentioned that, because, or that you asked that question, because this is not like, this parabola is on such a small time frame. We can't put too much serious focus on it. Falling out of this parabola is not the end of the world like you would if it was on like a weekly or daily candle scale.
yeah. And somebody was showing that monthly candle chart, like which is only like, like 40 variables. Check that out real quick. Look how the bullish divergence on this one, or whatever they call it.
All right, you know what I can do is I can pull up a different chart.
Squiggles.
This is on TradingView, so that we can actually see some of these. Oh, what the fuck happened to my Mac? Oh, there's not enough candles to give a MACD, and there's also not enough candles really for the divergence indicator.
Can you drop it back one variable?
Let's go monthly, right? So so here we can see this is weekly candles. And yeah, look, looks like the MACD is turning around, and this divergence indicator is also sort of bottoming out a little bit. It never really went below. What did it get down to? Like 40. So, I mean, it's good to look at these large time frames where we can see that. I'm going to get rid of this old shit. But basically, we can see this is good to zoom out and remember that we still are in a massive downtrend, right? So it would be like, I don't want to
Really
sound
massive.
bearish.
How,
I don't want to
one of the
sound
most
bearish because I'm
massive in Hex history, as far as we're concerned. As far as downtrends are concerned, it's top. It's up there. Whoops.
yeah. Oh yeah. In terms of duration and price scale, it's
Everyone was
brutal.
like, Hex can't downtrend for more than 6 months. It's not physically possible.
Worse, yeah,
I'm
worse,
like, what?
worst downtrend that we've had by all metrics.
But it's
Time,
also percentage-wise
percentage.
very steady, Eddie. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it went down, but I mean, everything went down. Like, if you look, why don't you pull up the Bitcoin chart real quick to see how it's kind of lining up comparatively?
Yeah, there's a lesson in here, and that lesson is never say never. Like, as in, don't assume that an asset can't do something. They say the most dangerous saying in finance is "this time is different," and I learned that lesson hard in one of the cycles. I bought into a Bitcoin cycle when we were in a bull market, that this asset, because fundamentally Bitcoin is different to anything that anyone has ever seen, right? Like, crypto is different. So it's easy to buy into that narrative of like, oh, well, this time is different in terms of how the chart is going to look, how the markets are going to behave. And ultimately, the thing that doesn't change is human psychology. And so you do still get bear markets.
You write that on the notes in your thing too. You always have that.
Yes, that's true. It's on my stream. It's on my stream. 3 rookie mistakes. One of them is this time is different.
Yep,
and,
this time is different, but I get worried about that shit for Hex too. Like, because well, like it's more so just like, real quick before we go back into that, I'm gonna play the promo video for the new updated promo video that Bullish put together. Let's check it out real quick.
Let's go.
My question for you, Hextangent, is: are you ready?
That is fucking sick.
So you know how I do it, Tangent. I don't play around here. Actually, Bullish did all of it. So thank you, Bullish.
Dude, that is sick. I particularly like the bit where like he fucks with the tempo and just winds it right back, so it's like dun, 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 like and just actually slows it right down.
Yeah,
fucking
Richard.
sick.
We were live on stream last night, and Bob, how are you doing, brother?
What's up?
Can you hear me, Bob? What's up, man? How you doing?
You got me okay? How's the audio? Is it fucked?
No,
the
you're
audio
fine.
sounds perfect.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm slumming it on some wired headphones. My piece of shit $200 Tron Smart Apollo Bolds shit
Don't
the bed on
worry.
me again here.
That's what my partner Sam Stolt uses still. So no worries. He's my co-host, and he uses that at the desk. No, but it actually all works. It's pretty crazy how like the average technological stuff like actually works.
Yeah.
So what
should I do? Picture? Should I do picture, or is that fucked?
That's cool. Oh shit.
Yo, Jim Rat.
Not too bad.
I just created a custom chart because there was no Hex BTC, like Hex versus BTC on TradingView. But if you check this out, so this is just like, I've just merged 2 charts, like divided one by the other, so that we can see how you asked that question about how Hex has been performing, or how
relative,
you said how has Bitcoin performed over that same time frame. The easiest way to compare is actually to let the chart compare Hex to Bitcoin, rather than trying to look at the two charts independently and then make comments separately but in comparison. So this does the comparison for us. And so that during that period, Hex has been getting crushed against Bitcoin. But the difference here is, see how before, like the chart that I was showing you a second ago, the downtrend was still intact, like on the weekly scale. So Hex against the dollar, Hex is still getting crushed, still in the downtrend, still below the trend line. Whereas against BTC, it appears here that we've actually broken out against this downtrend. Right? Like how I'm drawing these trend lines is fair.
That's pretty
like
crazy. I still have a hard time reading these charts with the when they're like BTC to Hex. Like I understand the concept. One goes other.
You can just ignore the fact that it's not like, so rather than trying to think about like what it represents, you can just ignore all that shit and you just look at the chart. And then I guess it is important to remember what the chart is actually representing. I guess it's just, think of it as just the performance of the one asset versus the other asset.
Do you really think Bitcoin could pump right now?
Yes.
You know, if Bitcoin pumps, I'm literally going to give you the biggest pat on the ass. I mean, like, I am going to give you the attaboy of a lifetime. I'm going to be like, sport, you made me proud. Like, Orca, go in the corner and sit in the closet. Orca
is Orca bearish? Is Orca mad bearish?
Have you slept yet today, Hextangent?
Me? Oh my sleeping schedule's been like real weird. So
You've never not once said that, by the way. Never once have you said my sleeping schedule is clean right now.
I love it. I actually just operate really well when my sleeping is just erratic.
Do you, brother?
Hey, I helped a friend move house, and so I wanted to be awake nice and early to start helping her early, you know? So I did a couple of little 4-hour naps leading into that morning when I had to be up early, and so now I'm on an early schedule. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk so much that Bob bailed.
No, but I think Bob's driving, so we'll talk. He can come in if he would like to. It doesn't matter. Whatever he wants to.
Yo, I really like this chart. I'm glad you asked a question that resulted in me pulling this up, because this shows that Hex is breaking out against Bitcoin after a long downtrend of getting absolutely fucked.
How can you see that from this chart?
So I mean, I guess
I know, like, it's only one chart, so I'm asking you in my noob way of thinking, like, how can it be represented against another chart on the same chart? I might be an idiot for saying this, but I don't.
So you're saying because you think of like Hex being priced in dollars and Bitcoin being priced in dollars, you're not like drawing the link of how you can just look at it. Look at those
I only look at USD charts is probably what it is.
Yeah. So the way to think about it is anything can be priced in anything else, right? So I could say, so think back to a barter economy. If I've got chickens and you've got freaking something I want, like, I don't know, girls. Nah, I'm just kidding. Like, it's just so
I don't have any of this.
If I've got chickens and you've got like bottles of water and I'm thirsty or whatever, fuck this. This example doesn't.
That's like primal.
We can
like chicken for water.
We can price, like, I could be like, I will give you one chicken for like 4 bottles of water, right? So, and then say tomorrow you're like, nah, boy, I want 5 bottles of. Sorry, I'm only going to give you 3 bottles of water or whatever we negotiate. You would be able to plot that on a price chart and have so that day 1 it's 4 bottles of water for a chicken, but then day 2 it's gone down to 3 bottles of water for 1 chicken. So it's just all any of these charts are is you're representing one asset in terms of how much of another asset it takes to buy that asset. So this chart is literally just how much Bitcoin does it take to buy a Hex. So and then you don't have to worry about dollars. You know, in my opinion, Bitcoin is a better base for you to assess things in, because who gives a shit about dollars? They're bleeding out anyway in terms of their value relative to real world shit that you want to purchase.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
So
yeah. So it's basically a dollar USD pair will be way more action, because it's just so like the USD is just almost nothing. It's just like, sold.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the if you assume this is not my own personal thought, I'm just parroting here. If you assume 2.5% inflation, or whatever like the official inflation stat is, it means that your wealth will be eroded away by like 90% within your lifetime or some shit, right? So when you go to hand your wealth on to your children, it's basically all gone. But if you use real stats of inflation that are like 14, 15%, which is what is more likely to be a realistic stat of inflation, then your wealth would be eroded away by 90% just within like fucking a few years. Like it's like I can't remember what the number of years is. Like might be
It's
like 5
crazy
or 7
because,
years or
like,
something. It's nuts. It's nuts.
When people ask me like, "Oh, do you think you're going to be really rich?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then they're like, "Why do you think that?" I'm like, "Because everyone else has a US dollar."
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
yes.
It's literally
That's why-
like it's not. Oh, Scott, you're so smart. I'm like, I don't carry US dollar. Like, I don't have this thing that you have. I mean, I have like
correct
7
attitude.
grand, 10 grand.
Correct
max
attitude.
at one
Correct
time.
mindset. Treat fiat currencies like they actually are already worthless.
Bob, what do you think about fiat currency and it compared to toilet paper?
Keep as little as you possibly can.
Yep.
What Tangent just said is exactly right.
What do you think about the HEX price right now, Bob? Bob, you're making my OCD go. You know me now.
It sounds like there's like a water sound, like blub, 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 blub.
I know. See, Bob, I told you. I do this for a living, Bob. No, I'm kidding. I love Bob. He was one of the supporters from day one. He's an OG Hexagon and a freaking stud in the security. Well, I don't know exactly what.
You got to give me my knocks where it's due, though, because if you remember, our interaction started with me saying, "Man, I don't think Jim Rat's the guy to ask," because I had no idea that you had a show, and I had no idea that you had a Sam, bro. But as soon as I figured that out, I was an instant fan, man.
Yeah, you see, I made sure when I started the show, like, in order for me to provide value, I knew I needed more time, right? Like, I still need more time, to be honest, if it was just me. But Sam always provides value because he researches for a living. So he's so good at dense research that it was just perfect, because these topics are just perfect for him. Like, he can break through them where it takes other people years to listening to podcasts. He can kind of get into it and just break it apart. But then he doesn't have that back end. And I have some of that lingo down and some of that stuff. So I can kind of mention to him like the crypto side of it, the HEX side of it, the RH kind of side of it. But it's been amazing, the crypto show. Yeah, Bob, I think you talked shit to me to start, and then I said something funny, and then you were like, I like this guy.
I did because I didn't know what I didn't know. I had no idea you had a show. The only context I had was that it sounds harsh to say, but I was like, isn't that the guy that got rugged? Why are we asking him for advice?
Yeah, and that's the other thing that people assume, like, when you're live, like, that you're also like giving people advice, and it's like, I'm not an advice giver either. I'm just also a researcher. I've read a lot of self-help books. I've done a lot of dense research in my life, just none of it really about crypto. Sam's been my life coach for so long that he basically taught me how to research. Like, I never was taught in school how to do anything. I was taught from Sam and YouTube, pretty much. It's been great, though. YouTube University is changing the world. It's changing the world fast.
Yeah, I think I'd seen you. I think I had only seen you on Joker's show before that, and I was like, I mean, seems like a cool guy, but why are we asking?
I was a streamer on Official Pulsification for like 3 weeks. And then I was just like, this wasn't for me. I was like, guys, I just don't really want it. And then he starts talking shit and all that stuff. But, we don't wish ill will on anyone here at Crypto in the Evening. We just want Hex Pumpy Poo and Pulse Chain Outie Poo. We want Pulse Chain out. May 15th, guys. If Pulse Chain, oh God,
Bro, I'm so ready for Pulse Chain.
If May comes and goes, I'm gonna be streaming every day still, but I'm gonna be like, woof, Richard, help your boy out. He needs a haircut. I haven't gone on a date in a while, guys. My hair's been wilding. I'm not gonna blame it on the hair.
Exactly.
You stayed committed to that, not cutting your hair until.
This is the first time my hair's ever been not Tom Cruise like cut up, like short hair, Top Gun, kind of just like.
Oh, did he delete himself from the stream?
Yeah, I got a new mouse and I just clicked myself out. It's the first time I ever had a mouse with buttons on it, so I'm learning about the buttons still. But dude, you can do so much stuff with a cool mouse. Never knew it. Who would have thought? 2020. Guys, I want to talk to you about Hurricash real quick, Bob Lagai, the thing that I can't stop talking about. Bob. I think he muted himself. Bob.
Did I see something in his handle that said something to do with Maximus? Is he part of the Maximus thing?
No, but he loves Maximus.
Oh, okay. He's not part of the team or anything.
No, he loves Maximus. And Maximus, I think they got over that 200 million. No, did they? No, it was like 170 million. Tangent.
That thing's still open, right?
Yeah, it's still open. There's 3 days left. Have you interacted with the contract?
Yeah, I did. I threw like a tiny amount in just for shits and giggles. And I think I might put like maybe the same amount again, like just double down. Because now that they reached, because I did it when they were maybe halfway to the target for bigger pays better max, like so 70 mil or whatever it is.
They're like top 10 max length stakes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I swear. And if it's over 200 mil, it's like top 9 or top 8.
Damn.
Yeah, that's all time, bro. That's pretty crazy, isn't it?
That's quite serious. Like,
that's what I'm saying. People don't really understand when. That's why I've been talking to Gold Key so often. I had him on the show last night. Like this, what they're talking about is like really, really, really big money. We're talking about staking 555 burning 200 million hex potentially.
Fucking hell, man.
And this is going to happen all the time now. Not with Maxi, but with Maxi's a contract only happens once. But with Funding Jim was like, can we do this quarterly?
I hope. See, I think quarterly max, bro. Like as in.
It'll never be that much money again, though. So it really,
any more frequently than quarterly, it will lose novelty factor so quick, man. People will stop contributing, I reckon.
What do you think about your getting verified on Twitter?
What, Richard getting it or me trying to get it?
No, Richard, are you trying to get it?
No. I just didn't hear the question properly.
No, I just wanted to know if do you think that was directly correlated with Elon? Like people say it is, but I'm like, did Elon really go in there and fucking click Richard? Was he on like the pending list or something?
Had to be like as in no. Sorry, let me clarify my position on this. I don't think Elon Musk literally went in and was like, we need to verify Richard Hart's Twitter account. I don't think that happened, but I do think that he went in and made some kind of change to how the verification process works, where he would have been like, this shit's nonsense that there are people here with like that have applied to be verified, have met these criteria, and you fucks aren't doing it. So anyone like it, so one of his big things is consistency. Like, so he's not going in there trying to, he He wants there to be a consistent approach so that it's not deceptive and that there's not like favoritism and censorship. But like if there is censorship, it has to be applied equally to everyone, not just like you said something I don't like, so you get censored, but this person says something I like that's atrocious, but that gets through. So he's going for a consistent approach. And I think he would have laid the hammer down and been like, this is nonsense that you've got all these people over here that are not being verified just for some arbitrary reason that you guys think there's some reason why you're not verifying them. Fuck off with that. Like, so all those people that fit those category of what the rules are of how you get verified, do it immediately. So I think Richard would have just fallen within that category and got the verification.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy though. Like, what if there is like some personal, like, I mean, shit, these guys are.
I mean, that's possible
obviously,
as well, but I just think it's less likely.
Well, Elon's so rich. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Elon probably doesn't speak to many people other than like, dude, I can't even imagine how hard it is to get a combo with that dude if you were trying to. Like, if you were rich as fuck and you were trying to like pitch him something or do something like that.
I don't even think you would be able to I don't even think you would be able to maneuver to get his attention. I think it would have to be something.
It would have to be so popular already that he looked into it.
It would have to be something that he wants to do himself, sort of thing. I remember he went on Jay Leno.
Oh, did he? Wow.
He went on Jay Leno to like shill his Cybertruck or whatever.
I fixed myself good. Oh, my bad, Bob.
Fixed your what?
No,
I fixed myself.
Bob, what do you think about
my little
Mustang?
Dude, I think the jury's out. So, you know, I've heard competing opinions on Elon. So I've heard, he's controlled opposition. You know, he's really establishment. We'll see. You know, actions speak way louder than words. Yeah, you know, his memes are good.
So the same thing got said about Russell Brand, right? Like they're like, oh, his channel's blown up. He's got like over 5 million things. He's probably controlled opposition. You know, he's got a tattoo of a 33 or some kind of shit that they're saying some of his tats are like, look like Illuminati numerology or symbology. But here's my opinion. I don't give an F if someone that they've put in as controlled opposition is saying stuff that's waking people the fuck up and that their platform is logically consistent, so that when I listen to what they say, I'm like, this is logically consistent and truthful, then I don't care. Like, ultimately, I don't care. If someone is speaking truth to power, I don't actually give a shit what their underlying motives are. It's waking people up, and that's all I care about.
Exactly. Yep. Everybody has a past. Let's see what they do in the future. Let's observe their actions.
Yep.
And I think people, no matter what, if you're super rich, they're going to say you're establishment, no matter what.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Just like if you shill anything, everyone in the Hex community hates you. It's kind of the same thing. It's like you might not necessarily be doing anything wrong, but everyone is going
you're
to
right.
say,
it's an automatic classification based on a stat, and you can't.
And most of the time, it is correct. But
yeah, it's a good general rule of thumb.
There's these Elon Musks where they have so much ego and pride that they can't be bought out because they'd rather die. Probably some people, maybe not Elon, maybe not Richard, but some people. There are people out there that would rather die and stand up for what they believe in than sell out.
Amazing comment. That it's a great rule that you will safely protect yourself against like 99% of issues, but then you are going to miss those exceptions. Yep.
Yeah. So in the cybersecurity world, they say that, you know, you can do audits, you can do what's called code fuzzing, which is where you have software that basically comes at your piece of software and tries to break it. You can do all these things, but in the end, the only thing that proves security is total value locked over time. So the same principle can be applied to anything else. You know, it's like, yeah, Hex has an audit, but
when you say that, I've never heard that said before. Like
basically time in the wild. The only thing that truly proves that something is secure is putting it out in the wild and seeing if maybe your auditor just wasn't the smartest guy in the world and there's some hacker out there that's smarter and figures out some way to break it that your auditor didn't think of.
Yes.
And and that's why we do testnet, right?
Exactly.
So that's like the blockchains, why blockchain could be potentially.
No. Sorry. Yo, Jim Rat. unfortunately, testnet doesn't do specifically what we're talking about here because it doesn't have the real value. It doesn't
Yeah, there's no bounty. There's no real money.
Just to see who's
there's no
clicking.
actual real value that is honeypotting the shit for people to come in and
So
try
let
and
me get
fuck
back
up.
to that real quick, because let's get off of the crypto test.
So here's a scenario. Someone might be actually on testnet looking for vulnerabilities, but not exploiting them until the main net is up so that they can actually get real world value out of it. So people might still already be looking for those vulnerabilities, but not actually announcing them or executing on them.
About too, because some
So think about a real world. Here's a real world what if for you. So what if we had thousands and thousands of people around the world that have granted unlimited spend positions to this DEX and that DEX and the other DEX, and we've got some black hat that's out there just waiting until the value hits a few billion, runs the exploit, drains everybody. Would that be an epic payout or what?
So Bob, this is stuff you probably think about, right? Because you're in the cybersecurity world, and it's like, normies don't think about this shit. They just like, oh, Richard Hart's the smartest guy ever.
There is a little bit of game theory here, though, that if someone is aware of an exploit and they're waiting for the amount to get like really huge before they use it, if someone else thinks of that same exploit, then they get nothing. So there is a slight rush to execute your exploit if you have one.
What do you guys do on the side? You guys know too much about this.
No. You've just got to think adversarially if you're in crypto. Like,
no, I know, but it's so true.
That's what it comes down to, is thinking. You put yourself in the shoes. So like, how would I rob myself? And that's the good place to start. So I don't actually do cybersecurity per se, but so I did IT work for the Marine Corps and for the Army, and every IT technician in the DoD, or actually in the U.S. government, every single one of them has to have at least basic fundamental training on cybersecurity. But the difference between me and all those other techs is that I actually paid attention and I applied what I learned instead of just checking the box, get the cert.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and it's definitely worth thinking that way for sure. One of the things. So I don't know if you're aware, Bob, but I've been like threatening to debate Richard Hart about Bitcoin and defend Bitcoin against some of the things that he says about it that I don't believe are accurate. And one of those items, so I've been a little bit silent on the things I'm going to throw at him just so that he's not as prepared, but I will admit, because it's relevant to what we're talking about here, when he makes that comment that Bitcoin does not have a bug bounty program, I disagree with that, because the bug bounty is the fucking value that is within the network. That is the bug bounty program, is all of the value within Bitcoin. Because if you could exploit it, then you would just take it. Like, you would take the value. Although some Bitcoin maxis actually do argue that one of the reasons why people won't do that to Bitcoin is because if you do that to Bitcoin, then you'll destroy all of crypto. So there's no asset to exit out into. I don't agree with that theory, and I'm sure Richard wouldn't either, because to agree with that theory, to use that as a counterpoint, he would have to admit that Bitcoin is king and that the entire crypto space relies on the value of Bitcoin for everything else to have value. And he would never admit that. So it's sort of like a counter argument that he won't use, that only maxis would use. And I also don't think it's true.
Yeah, so I think it's a strong point. I think that's a good counter to the argument. And I personally wouldn't say that you're threatening to debate him. I would say that you are hesitantly promising if it comes to
thanks.
that.
That's much better. That's a much better. Yes, I like that.
It's like, really, guys, really, you're gonna make me do okay.
Yes, I love that. I love that wording. I'm going to use that.
So I would say maybe Bitcoin would be better off, or have maybe a little more social trust with a formalized bug bounty. I think that kind of Trojan horsed into his "it doesn't have a bug bounty" argument. He doesn't usually say it, but it's probably the tragedy of the commons concept, right? So it's like,
okay,
that's also like a big thing he says with Bitcoin. It's like, hey, tragedy of the commons. No one person can pay for advertisement because for every $10 they spend, they only get 2 cents back.
Yeah, I agreed with him on that point, and was then surprised to see in like I think it was Bangkok, they had like massive Bitcoin billboards, and it was on the sides of like trains and shit like that. And I was like, that is actually quite weird, because whoever did that, they are going to suffer from that. That they're not getting an ROI on that investment. They're kind of like doing it for the love or whatever. And then we saw also a lot of exchanges that when these exchanges started to advertise aggressively, they actually had incorporated Bitcoin, sometimes, not all of them, but they'd sometimes incorporated Bitcoin into their advertising, because obviously it was like the most well-known crypto that they thought no coiners would. So if there was just this ad that didn't mention Bitcoin, people might be like, what the F is this thing about? But then if it's got that on it, people are like, oh, okay, I get it. So while I agreed with him in theory, initially, in practice, it turned out that wasn't such an issue for Bitcoin.
I would say, just to counter that point, that
Please.
you said Bangkok, so not necessarily third world.
Yeah, I think it was Bangkok that did it most aggressively, but it was all like there were some in London, I think.
Okay.
Like I said, most of them were like other companies trying to advertise their shit, and so it wasn't necessarily like a purely Bitcoin focused. Crypto Graffiti did billboards that were like, they weren't necessarily they were pro Bitcoin, but they were more anti-Fed. So they were these massive billboards that basically were trying to educate people about all the problems with the Fed, and then as a subtext within those advertisements, they did mention Bitcoin, I believe. Did you guys see any of them? That they were all around America?
I hadn't seen that, but since my first thought when you were describing where the ads were was, what if they're trying to buy cheap advertisement, because it's kind of a double-edged sword. You buy the cheap advertisement, but the reason it's cheap is because maybe it's in a country where people don't have a lot of money to spend. So it's like, what are you really getting out of it? But, just like we saw with the first Hex.com NASCAR sponsorship, sometimes, just one sweet picture for the website can, be worth something.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so impressed by that. You see, it got into the video game as well. So the NASCAR PlayStation video game has the.
I thought that was a Photoshop
in it. No, it's real. Because I guess that's the deal, right? That they put all the cars that are really in it into the game. And are you thinking because we didn't actually make qualifying?
No, I saw the picture on Twitter and I just assumed it was a Photoshop.
Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure it's legit that the car got into the game.
Yeah, that's cool.
Definitely. And that car just did another race. There's plenty of races too. Like that car
Talladega,
all over the place. And Jay Feely is freaking talking about Pulse all the time now. He's there's downstream effects to this kind of marketing that is not really quantifiable. So people need to, everyone just use that as like a rolling punch to anyone. Everyone was just trying to talk shit. But at the end of the day, like those guys were talking to really rich people, really putting their ass on the line. Yeah, you could probably reach more people from the internet, but there's just different people to reach out there. Like there's people everywhere, and NASCAR is rich people stuff. So, the people that do NASCAR are rich as hell.
I understand Richard's annoyance. I don't know if everybody heard about it, but he did hop onto a Twitter space and like Motley was on there and they were all like, come on, Richard, it was cool, right? And he's like, fuck no, it fucking sucked. You paid a bunch of money to watch the car lose in the last lap, but it's like a good picture and some drama and some headlines are not worth nothing.
So what do you feel about these conventions then? Like, and I'm not talking shit about the conventions themselves. Like, I know they're fun, right? Of course they're fun. We can all say that they're a good time, clearly. But really, it's a ginormous time sink. It's a ginormous resource sink, and it's kind of unquantifiable probably as far as if everyone on there was just streaming and like reaching out online as hard as they could, they would probably make more of an impact. I don't know. I don't know what the convention thing's crazy to me. Like that's such a big thing, and it's like it's a crazy concept. The guys that go after that kind of stuff, like bravo to you. Like wow.
Hey, can I just quickly show you this thing? So Crypto Graffiti created 12 billboards in 12 different major US cities, and each one was to advertise this Twitter handle, BTC versus the Fed. And then basically each of the billboards, I think, was basically like this, where it just looked like a dollar, like a note, but it says a decentralized network, open, free, whatever. So I thought that was pretty crazy. It says here, I didn't know this, that there was a $10,000 Bitcoin treasure hunt associated with it. But I think this helps all of crypto, right? Because Bitcoin versus the Fed, other people can mentally port that over as cryptocurrency versus the Fed, right? Like that. So yeah, pretty interesting shit. What were we just talking about? Oh yeah, the NASCAR. I agree with what you're saying, Bob, that I think that imagery is epic.
And that's stories and merch forever. You know, you can always think about it, have the merch, stuff like that. It's always going to be part of the Hex merch kind of like stuff now. So I think it's really cool. I mean, anything that these guys can do, like there's a lot of uber rich people. At the end of the day, $600,000 ain't that much. It's just not, like at the end of the day. But I think the whole thing is just like hours, you know, like resource hours per payoff, right? And that's all Richard ever talks about. He's like maximum payoff, maximum efficiency, maximum cut the fat out of all of it, you know. So for him, that's just not his style.
Yo, there is an assumption that he is baking into that he can mentally process all of those other flow-on effects that Bob alluded to, that no human being can do that, no matter how smart you are. You're never going to know that one of these avenues that you might not think is the best way to advertise Hex could actually branch out into something that you just could have never expected. So you might as well try everything.
Sam Stolt looked up the analytics for the thing that gave Richard Hart the most publicity. What stunt that Richard Hart did gave him the most publicity, and it was the buying of the rock. That gave him more publicity than anything he's ever done.
Yeah, so Richard's a smart guy and all, but you know, remember, he is just, I mean, he's just one guy. You know, it's like it is smart to be really confident in what you say, but you know, we've seen him change his mind before. Now, I don't think he's going to change his mind on things like, you know, spending a lot of money on conventions or NASCARs overall. But, you know, in the end, you know, there is, because, you know, we've heard him say, you know, just like buying a Bitcoin miner, you're better off just buying the coin. You know, so a convention, he's used that same argument to describe conventions. You know, like imagine all that money if they just bought the coin at a lower price, and then when it goes up 100x. But, you know, then, you know, you're giving up the opportunity cost of, you know, the experience. Maybe somebody does value the experience. Now, do they value the experience more than buying a Bitcoin at $500 and holding it to 65 grand? I don't know.
Tic Tac Crypto says Richard is making his own street sportswear company. The marketing and sporting and the arenas will help with mass adoption. What do you guys think about advertising within arenas and stuff? Like as far as now, 2022, let's forget the past, right? Because that was definitely different 10 years ago, right? Like if you were on the UFC Octagon 10 years ago, that was a huge deal. Now it's kind of like, you know, cool. I mean, big company, but like a lot of people can pull it off now. So what do you think about just like throwing the hex.com, the pulsechain.com logo onto like sporting events, stuff like that, where the people there really could give no shits to what people are advertising? In my opinion, I've never cared, but I've also been a pleb my whole life.
So you don't think it still has impact when You know,
No,
nowadays
I'm asking.
when you sponsor something that massively, it's almost like when they televise that shit, they have to call it. Like it's annoying for the viewer, but you know that they'll be like, this is the like blah 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 stadium, like they, you know what I mean? It's like it
Yeah.
sounds clunky when they say it, but they kind of have to. So it's just constantly getting pounded into people's minds if they watch that sport.
No, for
and
sure.
you know,
Like I know
and
the
the other thing is
Bumble. I don't you know
during
Bumble, like that
during
app.
watching a sport, people are kind of like in that mindless auto mode, right? Like you're kind of zoned out, right? When you're watching sport, it's like it's entertainment. So you're not
You're staring at the sport.
you're probably, your subconscious is probably more defenseless against that type of just getting pounded with information to try and make you think a certain way or make you think of a certain thing.
Yeah, no, totally. I understand what you're saying. I just don't know. Like marketing to me, this whole marketing thing is so new to me. He's probably been doing this shit for a long time. I've been doing it for like a couple months. So like all of this shit's blowing my mind. But it's all simple, right? Like if you when you really break it down, everything that in the marketing is simple. It's just kind of like it's like TikTok, right? You can make 10 videos in a day and one's going to go berserk for no reason because it was just like a weird little turn of events that happened. Because what happens, and I don't know if Richard knew this beforehand, but how do you get public exposure? People have to write articles about you. So when you have articles written about you, what promotes people to write articles? Buying the world's biggest diamond had articles written about him in every major magazine, not like every major magazine, but lots of major magazines across the world.
You can do press releases like, this is real sad in my opinion. You can do press releases where you write shit about yourself and then you give it to the journalists and pay them. So they basically get their job done for them, because then they don't have to write shit because it's been written for them. And then they're also getting paid for it. So it's like product placement, but just sad, like even sadder than product placement. You know what I mean?
Right. And I wouldn't, I know I said earlier that Richard is just one guy, but to kind of temper that statement a little bit, I mean, I don't know 100% of Tangent's background, but I know my background. And Jim Rat, you said you don't have marketing experience, but Richard, at least according to what he says and what we can find online, he does. I mean, he was sued for spamming. He was sued for spamming. He was one of the earliest email marketing mass marketers.
So it's fair to say that he probably knows every trick of the trade.
Definitely more than me.
Most the tricks, of course. There's always new tricks.
Yeah, he would know the important like structural elements of how you try to do that shit. Yeah,
Real quick, Bearded Saint, thank you so much for joining. Don't know if I've seen you in here before. Appreciate you coming in. I'm going to talk to the chat for 1 second.
Also, he's got so much money that he can execute on these advertising strategies or pay marketing geniuses. Like he could have like the guys from Madison Avenue, like like the old school Mad Men, like I'm referring to the TV show, just like coming up with the most crazy advertising strategies ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he could have like the genius level galaxy brain dudes in advertising just working 24/7 to come up with the best strategies available.
What if he doesn't even want it because he knows deep down Hex is so good that it's like the Hexicans that find it first?
Yeah, you know what? His ego might actually prevent him from using that strategy.
That's what
of going and getting those
thinking.
geniuses.
That was a roundabout.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, it's a roundabout way of saying the same point. Texas Hexican, great to see you. I love that you're in here. Appreciate you stopping by. Dougie Peach, yes. So it is staked after the 14 days. The maxi is staked. I think they should keep making maxi stakes. They're not going to keep making maxi stakes, but in the future there will be more stakes like this, I'm assuming. Payout per T-share, 6.07 hex, 0.87 USD per T-share. Very cool. I fixed my that's you. My bad.
That's sweet.
Hex softball. Hex softball. Don't know if I've seen you in here, but I think I mentioned that. Great to see you. Thanks for stopping in and leaving a comment. Wow. When I get back from wow, on when I go to bed and wake up, life is good. Yeah, I'm always live, guys. This is all I do for full time. Watch out, baby wolf. Whoops, that's nothing. Jerry, great to see
Biceps.
you. Biceps.
Will this jacket make
Crypto
my arms look
freedom.
smaller?
Much respect.
Get
All
this
hustle,
disappear.
GRC. Thank you so much, guys. 43 OG. The diamond purchase was on the national.
Oh,
broadcast.
43. Yeah. What's up, Day 43?
Is he a friend of yours? The diamond
Yeah,
purchase.
yeah. We
was on the
stream
national.
together every Tuesday night on Discord Syndicate, like
Oh,
Tuesday
wow.
night Australian time. Yeah, we got the Hex late
I know
show.
what his face looks like, but see, that's
Yeah,
why I
yeah,
hate when
yeah.
people don't have their face. Put your face in that damn picture so I can recognize it.
Yeah, that's
43
day-
is
that's
also
day 44.
the 43 is also the Italiano, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
he
yeah.
said they have an Italian broadcast news in Italy that rock got some exposure for Richard Hart. Academiciated.
43 and I, sorry to cut you off. 43 and I have deep theoretical chats about like human rights, privacy, and those sorts of things. You know what I mean? Like online privacy and just rights and shit. Yeah.
Damn, there's like webcam. Hey, do we have any mods in there that can take care of that webcam girls and boys shit? I'm not on the
What?
YouTube.
Oh,
We don't need all of our crypto virgins getting distracted.
Yeah, guys. Crypto Winter Bull, great to see you in here. Jim Rat, would you bridge your HEX over to Pulse Chain and then trade the Pulse to Pulse X if you don't have any new cash to introduce? No, I would not. Wait. I would just keep some liquid HEX in that case. Jim Rat, would you bridge your HEX over? No.
Wait, there's a lot of framing. There's a lot of framing in this question. Like,
yeah, make a better question. You're gonna need a better question than that. Are you rich? Are you poor? Like,
it's assuming that you don't have the ability to do it without that, but then it's not giving you, like, it's restricting your options of what you can do to a specific way of doing it, and only specific assets to buy as well. I think I think the question's too restrictive.
Yeah, that question's a little restrictive. So depending on your situation, you say you have no more fiat, but I mean, are you like retired? Are you like 16? Are you like, you know what I mean? So if you have 5 houses in a duplex, the conversation is going to be a little bit different than if you have $400 in HEX liquid.
I mean, I guess if you break the question down, it's like, do you trust the bridge? I think it would be reasonable to trust the bridge, especially over like once it's performed for a little bit of time. So yes, it's like should be fine to bridge assets in, should be okay. And then I guess as a separate question, would you ever trade HEX for Pulse or Pulse X on any chain? Like,
don't trade your shit.
Difficult to answer, and especially that we don't have price charts to look at yet to see how those assets are performing relative to each other. So it's a difficult question to answer for now.
Taxable events are not my favorite thing in this world. That's all I know. I don't like that.
Yeah, good point.
Like, so
yeah, always consider the tax.
If you have HEX, I promise you, dude, that's a good investment, dude. Like,
so
you know what I mean?
30 seconds of learn from my pain, Bob's cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Bob sold hundreds of thousands of dollars in HEX for 50 grand. Bob thought he was a genius for 2 years. So basically bought some HEX early, thought that a 50X seemed like a good place to take a little bit out because, I don't know, I'm retarded. And then held the ETH for an entire year, and the ETH went up another 10X. So the 5 grand turned into 50 grand. And for a months, I thought I was a genius. And then HEX let me know the chart let me know that I am not a genius.
But just keep in mind, though, there's that Wall Street saying no one ever got fired for taking profits. So I wouldn't say that what you did was dumb, because it was reasonable for you to think that a 50X is an extreme gain, and that, you know what I mean?
Right.
And
yeah.
It sounds from your story that you didn't sell your entire bag, right? So that's actually still smart that you didn't go, okay, this is about them.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
No.
So basically, I think that's actually quite reasonable, because without knowing the future at that point, you were protecting yourself against downside risk by taking some off the table.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I use that. I've told that story a couple times in the voice chat, just as like a, hey, just so you know, sometimes you
Yeah.
regret your position, future you
Be aware,
may regret it.
Be aware that it can go up or down, and position, and be so that I always say to people, position yourself so that if you imagine 3 scenarios: worst case scenario, best case scenario, and your most realistic prediction, and then position yourself so that you wouldn't be crying or suicidal with any of those 3 things playing out. So I think what you did was quite reasonable.
Right. Yeah. So it was an expensive lesson for me, just doing the math once we hit the all-time high, and to kind of to kind of soothe the burn for myself a little bit. It's like, yeah, the all-time high doesn't last forever. It's quick. What are the chances that I actually would have sold some? And well, the chances that I would have sold the same amount at the all-time high was like 0 for one.
My advice to people is don't go and do that math. Like accept broadly that you're never going to be able to time markets perfectly, and don't go back and do math of what could have been, because
dude, if I do the math on that hack, I'm going to be wrecked for life.
Yeah, just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Don't do it. The universe didn't want
40K,
the universe didn't want you to have that hex, bro. Like, just
no, but it's like, dude, I just care so little about money. It's ridiculous. Like, but that's just me in this moment in my life. Like, it's not like forever. It's just like where I'm at in my life. Like, there is not one thing that money is motivating to do other than keep the lights on and like have a whip, and just like, because this is all I want to do all day long for right now, right? Like, just for
I think the most epic Chad thing that I've heard you say about that hack is that if you ever met the dude, you'd shake his hand because you came out stronger.
Yep, I would. It would change me forever. That trajectory probably put me in the position I am right now on a live stream with you guys, right? I might not have wanted to do it, might not have cared that much. It's the same thing about the police officers that arrested me when I was 19. When I was 19, I thought they were the worst people ever. Right now, I'd say I appreciate what you did at that time. You know what I mean? Because
or
I
the
needed
base
it.
Or the base cops that pulled me over and patted me down and found the pistol and the unloaded pistol and the full magazines in my backpack coming onto a naval base.
They lock you up for that shit?
No, but my chain of command got to my basically my sergeants and captains got to have some fun with me for a while.
I have about $2,500 CAD in liquid hex. What is CAD?
Canadian dollars.
Oh, my bad. In liquid hex plus all my hex stakes. Would not want to stake that hex on ETH for obvious reasons. I didn't sack for Pulse Chain. All right, I'm gonna answer this and then you guys answer it. This is a yeah. I was literally just about to say that.
Didn't sack for Pulse Chain. What were you thinking?
No. We don't judge.
No.
We don't judge.
Fair.
So basically, I'm not going to tell you everything about Maximus DAO, but maybe Bob will. But there is this protocol that's kind of this could be a God moment for you, because there's 3 days left, and it lets you have all your liquid hex with the max multiplier of the 150 million hex stakes plus all the Hedron minted combined to a steroided out alpha male maxi. So it's basically what I tell people is maxi is just hex, liquid hex on steroids that you can move around and you don't have to lock into a smart contract. Because for some people, Bob, too, this is a little added bonus. I think that maybe you don't mention so much because it's not as relevant to you. Like, it's nice to have liquid hex because you're not tied into a contract on one address, right? Which puts you locked in, right? So all these new guys that have maxi, they're like, man, my first account would have gotten rugged. I'm glad I could have sent my maxi just to my other account, right? You know
exactly. What I'm saying, yep. It's exactly. Well, so I've always said that being 100% staked is painting yourself into an early in stake corner. I've always kept some liquid. Now, maybe some people, they don't have the hands to hold that, but so if you really just can't hold on to it, yeah, be 100% staked.
Yeah, I don't even see selling it. So I think the hexagons that are locked in on staking, it's very easy to transition, in my opinion.
My not financial advice is ape all your liquid into Maximus DAO, because Maximus DAO is a liquid staking ladder.
That was awesome, dude. That was the
It is
best
a-
non-financial advice
That's
I
an
heard all day.
epic comment. That is an epic
Dude,
comment.
yeah. One more time for the crowd, Bob.
My non-financial advice for those who have liquid hex is to put it all in Maximus DAO within the next 3 days, because Maximus DAO, in the single sentence elevator pitch, is that it's a liquid staking ladder. So
Bob, if
whenever you,
something happens, will you give me a couple $100 for the damages? No, I'm just kidding. Guys, I totally agree with Bob. Seriously, I 100% do. I've made these decisions before I talked to Bob, because if you really look at Maximus DAO, it's a pretty simple concept, in my opinion, even for someone as new as me. Like, it only took me a few days to understand Maximus DAO, where most things it takes me about a few weeks.
100%. I mean, I don't want to just blow smoke and say that it's zero risk and it's all, 100% organic unicorn farts, best thing since sliced bread. But it is a simple contract. In my opinion, it's simpler, cleaner, less attack surface than Hedron. Not to talk shit on Hedron, but it gets you quite a bit of the portability features. In my opinion, better portability features than Hedron, because in Hedron, the only option is either moving and or selling the entire HSI. So you have to make smaller stakes if you want to be able to sell a smaller amount. Whereas in Maximus, you can sell 1/100 millionth of one Maximus token. So it's not, I don't want to blow smoke and say that it's
bro. The divisibility is insane.
It's insane. It really is, dude. It really is.
So I like to say that it's a liquid staking ladder because you instantly gain the maximum yield. I mean, even to say it's a staking ladder isn't quite giving it all its credit, because a staking ladder, when you ladder, all of your earlier stakes are diluting your full earning potential, because the full earning potential is to take every hex you have and stake it for the maximum amount every time. And that's what you get with Maximus.
Holy
dude,
shit.
Maximus, dude, I'm telling you, Maximus.
Bro, you may have just pitched me to go in way harder than I was planning.
Oh no, Bob is the Maximus pitch guy. Like, you ran into the
Oh, that's right. It's in the handle.
It's in his name. No, but I'm saying he has a really good way with it, because Bob has no reason to endorse this other than the fact that he thinks it's dope.
Yeah, that's right. So what I said on the F and Hangout, I came on and I was like, listen, I slipped all of that shrimp BS. I slipped all the tokens that we don't name. I didn't get caught up in any of that stuff, held on to everything I had other than, that horror story that I told earlier. And this is the first thing that I was willing to put my name on.
Quick.
I mean, like I said, it's not perfect.
That's big. That's
Dude,
that's like me. That's like me with Hex. As in, Hex was the first cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin that I was willing to publicly attach myself to. Like, as in, I still talked about other coins and shit and was willing to invest in them and shit like that. But I never went out being like, guys, this is the shit, until Hex. Like Bitcoin and then Hex.
All the other cryptos were just like the moped for you. Ride it around, have a little fun, but don't let your friends catch you on it.
Exactly.
He's like, that's my Bentley, but I have 4 other supercars. You know what I mean? Like,
I love that accent, bro. Holy shit.
Supercars. No, I always say he's from Perth and everyone has supercars. I don't know anything about Perth. It's just the way that the name, and it's like very proper. Guys, real quick, I did sack for Pulse X. Great job, by the way. I think that's a winner. I love the Maximus strategy. I'm just stuck on how to get a bag of Pulse without bringing fiat. I suppose you could trade some Maxi. So listen to me right here, Crypto Bull, and everyone else chime in right after this. There will be ways for you to get enough Pulse to do transactions. I don't think you have to necessarily worry about that. And if you have Ethereum, I think you will have enough to do transactions for
no. But he says he wants a bag. He doesn't just want enough just to transact.
You just don't. You need money, dude. But like, okay, this is my next opinion. Then I'll let them go. If you have a bag of Pulse X, we're going to keep an eye on the ratios, but we can't assume what the ratios are going to be. And in my opinion, trading through these ratios is stupid anyway. If you hold on to Pulse X and keep that bag straight up, you're going to do great, man. And I think if you have that bag of Maxi and it's copied over, I really do think you're not going to be so worried. But I think trading for a little bit of it would be a good idea.
I think this person wants exposure to all three, right? So they want some exposure to all three, so that if one of them goes psycho compared to the others, like say Pulse just goes absolutely nuts and the other two are not as crazy in gains. Because let's be honest, financial advice here, they're all going up. Like they're all definitely going up. I'm kidding. I'm kidding that that's financial
especially
advice.
against
However,
the dollar.
That definitely is my opinion. Oh, especially against the dollar. So yeah,
See, I don't agree with this
opinion.
statement. I don't agree with this statement. I'm guessing it will be 1 to 4 pulse to pulse X ratio. I just don't agree. I just knowing what I know about quantitative analysis. Just kidding.
What's this rate? What's this ratio though? Is it a price ratio or is it
No,
like
so basically
a
when they're saying that, they're just
ratio?
meaning like if you have pulse, it's like if ETH versus Bitcoin, like if Bitcoin goes to 60K and ETH goes down, like people will trade it, right? Because it's moving against each other. So basically people are like, is it going to move against each other as far as what's the price going to be? I don't agree. I think there's too many people and it's too automated. But what Sam always tells me and reminds me, and I'd love your guys' input on this, is like, this is so new that like it might not be there yet. Like it might not be completely legacied out, like to the point where it's like zeroes out right away because there's so much action, right?
Yeah, agree. Yeah,
I would say
There's
just
still-
about
there's still-
everybody speaking in ratios is talking about pre-bridge trading. That's the word on the street. That whenever I hear people in the voice chats and in the Telegram rooms talking about ratios strictly, not price, they're talking about trading before the bridge goes live.
Thanks.
The reason I told my story earlier and my caution with that is that just about any of the assets that are going to be copied over that you can use, your PHEX that, not copied over, but you'll have it, your PHEX, your PulseX, what you're trying to do is leap to a moving target off of a moving target, maybe while you're blindfolded.
So tell me real quick. Tell me about
that's a good point. These mofos want the fastest train, but you've just got no freaking idea, and the danger is in line with what Bob is saying. That the danger of trying to jump between trains is death. Like,
why don't you single-sided stake your PulseX and use the profits to buy Pulse?
You could do that, but maybe that person thinks that that's not going to get them there, but the bag size that they want fast enough.
I would say the best combination of quote unquote safe and reasonable and everything else is to just, you didn't sack. So there's that. So in my opinion, and Tangent, he's definitely a lot more experienced in trading than I am. I do not have the nerves for trading. I'm FOMO pants all the way. But the best, it sounds boring. You've heard it so many times, but just DCA and hold.
Nice.
If the trend is, if you're just looking at the trend, like, oh, I got to get more, it's running away from me, maybe consider increasing your DCA, but at least it's a good general basic plan that's easy to follow and hard to screw up.
Yeah, man. Can I add to that in terms of giving DCA a shout out? My no coiner friends or early coiner, like min, like as in people that are relatively new to crypto, or maybe not new to crypto, but their bag size was just absolutely infinitesimal and that they're only just starting to scale up now. They contact me after I have recommended DCA for their entry. They come back to me and they're like, bro, this was the best thing ever psychologically. Like, I get pumped when the price goes up. I get pumped when the price goes down, because when the price goes up, the shit they've already bought, they're making money on paper. And when the price goes down, they're like, sweet, my next buy-in, I'm going to get more units. So it's like this psychological win-win that is just absolutely brilliant for a market that is this volatile in the eyes of people who have a legacy mindset. It's just the greatest thing ever. Like DCA is just brilliant.
It completely freed me up. When I figured this thing out, when I really figured this thing out, I quit my job immediately. I was just because to me, I just understood. I was like, oh my God, I can live my life now. As far as like, I know there's some information that I know about finance now that is making this more important to me, because the value here is just so like parabolic in my opinion.
There are other advantages as well, like because most in exchanges you can set up DCA, because obviously these people are so new, they're still using exchanges rather than dexes, which is fine for entry, and I obviously tell them to move it off into cold storage like ASAP. but you can have an exchange basically doing your DCA for you, and then every, like, say 2 weeks, you just remove all the coins that have been bought into cold storage and add more dollars to the exchange, and then just let it go. So it's, you literally, it just takes up so little of your time, so little stress. It's a win-win psychologically. You just, and if you, with the broad assumption.
Sorry to break in. I got about 1 minute before it's going to get loud in here, so I'll have to go.
Go last words.
So to oversell Maxi and to hit on the points that I missed, the big selling point for me is, so right now there's like 3,500 people that have pooled in, and out of those 3,500 people, only one single in-stake fee will have to be paid at the end, because the entire pool, it costs the same amount in transaction fees to unstake the entire pool as it would stake for each individual.
Can you say that
so
one more
we're
time?
So, imagine, say each of those 3,500 people went out and made a 55-55 individually. Well, in 55 days, they would all have to pay. I mean, the projection right now is an entire Ethereum to end stake. And as of right now, well, not even as of right now, basically to end stake the pool, whatever the end stake fee will be for a Quattro Cinco in 15 years from now, it only has to be paid one time for the entire pool, because one person paying that fee will unstake the entire pool, and then all of the Maximus users can come back, redeem their Maxi, burn it, and it returns the original HEX that they put in, plus all the HEX yield, plus all the Hedron yield.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely buck wild craziness. And this is only going to be happening more often as we move forward. Bob, thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait to talk to you again. I'm going to play this clip, and we're going to get right back to it. I'll talk to you in the morning. Have a great day, dude.
Really good to meet you, Bob. Really enjoyed the conversation, man. Heaps.
Oh, dude,
likewise, buddy. Likewise. I wish I'd had a chance to talk to you about my HEX PHEX liquidity strategy, but maybe another time.
Dude, when are you free to be on the 11 a.m. stream on the weekend? Can you ever do that? You rugged me, bro.
I actually really want to hear like another time, obviously, because Bob's got to go. But that he said it was an HEX PHEX liquidity strategy.
Yeah. So Bob, so me and Bob's history is basically he tweeted me online saying something like a little douchey, which I get a lot, and then
what's his handle on Twitter?
It's the same. It's Bob Leguy. Bob. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure because he might have.
Bob _LEGUY.
Hold on. It's Bob _LEGUY. Yes.
All right, sick. He's already following me. I'm following him back now.
Dude, this dude knows a lot. It's just a lot of detail. He knows a lot, and he started my Telegram group.
I can tell by the way that he talks about shit that. Like, when you can just tell that someone is like well thought out, intelligent, like able to articulate their ideas and shit like that. Yeah, he's a boss. Yeah,
he's a boss. And he said, you know what? He messaged me after he said something kind of douchey to me, and I just like laughed it off. I was like, hey man, you should come watch my show or something. That's all I said. And then he made a Telegram group for me and is the admin for it ever since. Like he's
legend.
And we've talked ever since. And he obviously TG is the same. Just remove the underscores. Yeah, everyone go follow Bob Leguy at Bob Leguy. I will drop the link.
It's something that I think about regularly about because you know how I've got this whole like Bitcoin versus Hex thing with Richard and that sort of thing. If you listen generally to the people who are the Bitcoin influencers in general and compare that to the Hex influencers in general, the quality of content and the quality of thought process and the quality of like articulation of ideas and shit like that is far higher in general in Bitcoin. I'm sorry to say it, but it's just true.
Oh, really?
In Bitcoin by heaps.
Okay, I want you to hold that thought. I want you to hold that thought for 1 second. I thought you were going to say the exact opposite. So that's a great
thought I was going to say the opposite of that. All right.
Well,
I
you know,
think
I've never been in the Bitcoin world ever.
that's the reason why. Yeah, that's the reason why you didn't think.
I have no
like,
clue.
That's the reason why you thought it was the other way around.
Well,
because
everyone always
you're
says,
not
like, if
listening to all
they
the
say Hex
like
people
big
are
name
more,
Bitcoiners.
they say Hex people are a little bit pay it more attention. That's what I
So
always hear.
so I have met people within the Hex community, and sorry if I forget people, but the ones that spring to mind are like Hex Orca, this guy today, Bob,
Bob the guy.
and there are others who I've met where I'm like, they are on that Bitcoin level of that. If you put them into a conversation in the Bitcoin community, they could stand their ground. I'd like to put myself in that category as well. And
I'll be in that category soon.
but unfortunately, in Hex, the majority of what I read and hear people saying is either parroting shit that Richard has said without like deep thought about what it is, or shit about Hex that is like not, it's not really nailing down the, like, that there's a lot of stuff that you can say about
I know
Hex
exactly what
that
you're saying.
sounds
Let me give you this in my terms. What I
Yeah,
see in the
please,
Hex
please
community.
help me out here. I'm struggling a little
What
bit.
I see in the Hex community is this, and I see this in every community, and really, and probably is the same exact thing in the Bitcoin community. It's just the people that stand up for Bitcoin are a little more few and far between because there's not as much incentive to do so. But in Hex, it's like, oh, Richard's following me, all this shit. The community's jazzing me up, all this stuff's going on, and Richard is very, very charismatic, and he's very good at speaking, right? So he knows how to. He's a leader. He knows how to get people to listen to him, and what people in this community do is they take everything he says verbatim and they act like he is not a human, and he acts like his ego and this stuff is not involved in all this. And there's just a piece of human reality where that's true. So you got to be aware, and everyone does listen to exact. I just say, this is how I say 90% of Hexicans are Furus. I say 90% of everyone is a Furu. You know what I mean? Because 90% of people, even 90% of Hex streamers and crypto streamers, they don't give a shit anymore. They're just streaming because that's what they do now. And it's like, obviously my situation's different. I just started. I'm full of piss and vinegar. I'm a little more transparent than the average puppy. I have no financial ties to anything. And everyone knows that. I have nothing, like, there's nothing holding me to this spot or anything other than this house. So it's like, I just think that people don't research in general. I don't think people look at anything in general. I don't people read anything in general. Like, I start bringing up these obscure concepts like Hurricash, stuff like this. I read the FAQ pages and the white paper. No big deal. It's a little, small little paper. You ask these guys that are leaders, they say, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, and that's because just like, it's just people need to stop listening to other men. In general, you have to start listening to yourself and like go. If I ask 100 people the same question, I can make the decision now. I'm smart enough to make that decision now. It's not just him. But I think in general, that's odd that you said that, because everyone in the Hex community assumes that like Hexicans are the smartest people ever.
Yeah, look, there are really smart people in the.
You think there's just more heaps of randos?
David Feeder should be on the list. Like, there are amazing minds within this community. So I need to be clear that my comment is when you're comparing the communities broadly, like but also the people who have been elevated to be allowed to have a voice and have high followers and listened to and taken seriously within the Bitcoin community. You can't do that shit if you are a fool. But in the Hex community, you fucking can.
Fools and like Pomp and all those guys, dude. To me, they're fucking fools, dude. Fools. I think you might be wrong on this one a little bit, dude. Like, I've been watching Pomp since he had 10,000 subs. I remember the day that dude sold out. I don't know what he did or who paid him what, but every one of his after that, it was no longer fun.
I'll allow Pomp to be an example that Richard and you. I'll agree that Pomp has become a bit like.
Pomp would die on his cross for Bitcoin because that's what his marketing scheme is now.
He doesn't he doesn't often say stuff that is flat out incorrect though. He
never does. He's a great speaker and he's very charismatic and he seems like a nice guy in general. But it's just like he's been saying the same bullshit. You know what he tweets every day? Like, you can buy one Satoshi.
Yeah.
Rather than an entire Bitcoin. And I'm like, dude, if I saw you in real life, I would actually beat you down. I would beat you down and I would hurt you.
He does recycle a lot of shit that is like...
it's probably not even him.
But I think he knows that there's a subset of people who are new to crypto and need to hear those things that for the rest of us is just like, oh my God, dude, I've heard this 1,000 million times.
So
like,
you're saying...
He's catering,
is that
he's catering
he
to
understands maybe crypto on a more technical level, but in the marketing position he is in, and he knows marketing probably better than most of us, the bigger audience is there.
I think he's deliberately trying to cater to no coiners and new coiners. Yes.
And he's a great face for it. His girlfriend's cute. They're very nice.
His girlfriend's hot.
Yeah, dude. I remember just like, when you're watching a crypto stream and like any girl comes up and you're just like, it's like the hottest girl on a construction site. It's like if there's one girl on a construction site, doesn't matter what she looks like ever because there's no girls there. So everyone's like, oh shit, who's that? And you're like, if she was at the club, you'd be like, not even think about it.
Bro, I used to work in mining like back in the day where there was literally no girls. So in terms of like mining was like ridiculously male dominated, and I know exactly what you're talking about. The first time they had like an admin girl that was like female, people are just jizzing in their pants. Like it was ridiculous.
Guys, I'm going to play this commercial real quick. I'm going to go on for another 15, 20 minutes. Get pumped up.
Actually, before you do, I'm actually going to have to go because I've got breakfast with a chick friend of mine. So can I just sign out? Last words. I've reactivated my YouTube channel. It's Hextangent, like Hex_tangent. I lost all my subs in that me pausing it and then unpausing it. They wiped all my subs. So I think I had around 2K subs. Now I've got like 50.
Why?
It happened like as in they didn't want when I read carefully what the impacts were, and that was not listed. It did not say that by pausing your channel that you would get your fucking subs wiped. They did not tell me that. That's so now
reckless as fuck.
So if anyone likes what they hear me talking about previously and today on Jim Rat's channel, feel free to go and subscribe. I'm looser on my own channel with like swearing and stories and shit like that because out of respect for other people's channel, I try to keep my shit a bit more.
It says you have 4,500 followers here.
What?
On Twitter?
No. Sorry. YouTube. Oh, we're talking about my YouTube channel. So on YouTube, dude, they wiped my sub base.
Dude,
sub list.
I will fucking freak out for freedom, dude.
It's all good. It's all good. But I'm looking at some of it. Some of these things are positives. Like, so my chat is not as thrashed when I'm streaming and shit like that. So, and I can go back to the old school of like by having. I know that no one in real life, my real life friends are not going to be on there. So I can be like way looser with like stories that pertain to like girls that I'm seeing in this city, etc. So anyway, it's all good. But if you guys want to follow me over there, oh shit, bro. False alarm. Do you know what? It was a timing thing. So I did suspect that it could have just been because I'd only just reactivated the channel, that maybe the subs would reappear with a delay, and it has happened. False alarm, everyone. 1.82K subs are fucking back. They're back there. So
biceps in the chat for Tangent, guys.
Thank you to everyone. Oh, look, disappearing biceps. Yeah, disappearing biceps.
Live on Crypto in the Morning.
Fuck yeah, 1.82K subs back. So thanks to everyone who resubbed to my channel, obviously unnecessarily now because it got put back, but and peace out. I hope everyone has an amazing day/night, and we'll talk more about critical shit soon.
So much critical shit to talk about all year long. So much
critical shit.
I'll see you soon, brother. I hope you have a great time today with your friends.
See you, man. Thank you.
Let's go.
How do you guys like that video? Hey, if anyone has any questions, please drop them below for me about any crypto stuff, about anything. Let's talk about it. I have a show at 11 a.m. Eastern every single day. So if you're interested in watching that show, please subscribe, hit the bell. Every single day as Pulse Chain is launching, I am going to be covering it, all the nuanced stuff, all the projects, all the rug pulls, all the scams. I'm not talking about all the bullshit. I'm talking about all the real stuff that I think can be really beneficial to people. I'm dedicating my whole entire life to studying this every single day, and it's been absolutely amazing. I've had so much fun doing this. I've never experienced the joy that I have working that I do now. So I think it's really been amazing. Thank you for all the support, Benny G. So much critical. Great to see you in here, Benny G. How are you doing, brother? I don't know if you've ever been here. Please clarify. Have you been in here before? I like to stay on at night because different people come in and it's really, really fun. You know what I mean? So if anyone's new here, please comment. Let me know. I'd love to say hi to you while the viewers are low and we can just chat. Yo, GRC, could you help me out with the simplest and cheapest diet for the challenge? Hex Boy, tell me, what's your height and weight and what's your goal? Tell me your height and weight and your goal real quick. Hey, you guys I'll give you guys alpha real quick on the fitness challenge. Since there's not too many people in here, anyone wants alpha on the fitness challenge, hit me up right now and I'll answer it. So this will be a little, dude, Crypto Gains Club, what's up, my guy? How is everyone doing? Great to see you, brother. We're just interacting with the chat a little bit, hanging out, having a good time. Nothing serious. Tangent was on here. We were getting into it for a little bit. Really good to see you. How's everyone doing? Anyone who hasn't subscribed already or commented, please comment below. Please subscribe. Can I donate Maxi to your cause? It's the only reason I would sell crypto. Yeah, you can donate. I have an Ether address. Oh shit. I have to set up a multi-sig Ether address, so I still have to do that. Damn, I forgot to do that today. That was on my to-do list. I can't believe I missed that. Wow. Yeah, so you can. And if you want to DM me at JimRatCrypto on Twitter, go ahead. And if you want to drop your Twitter below, I'll follow you so you can DM me. Is there a place to log when I sun my balls in the fitness challenge? No, there's only an ice ball. If you ice your balls, there actually is a point where you can submit that. But as far as that, no, I don't think so. GRC, would love advice for fitness challenge training without a gym. Want to lose post baby weight on farm in middle of nowhere, so no go gym. Tic Tac Crypto, if you don't mind telling me your height and weight and like your goal weight, that would be helpful. 76 kgs, that's times 2.2. That's 140 to 156 kgs, and you're 5'9". So Hex Boy, you want to gain weight? It sounds like. Do you want to gain weight? Love your streams, brother. Not too new to your streams. Always working and listening in. Super Tech Wayne, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that comment. This is really a time where I can actually look at the comments because I'm telling you, in the morning, there's so many comments now that I can't even look. I like streaming with frigging 21 people watching rather than 100. I'm just not there yet. It's hard for me to read. So yeah, tell me if you want to gain weight or lose weight. Gain weight or lose weight. Chad can also assist me with the answers to these questions. He's probably a specialist of his own right. While I love your ear, let's get Sam looking into why some of us say hex price doesn't matter. I would love to see Sam fall into that rabbit hole. Yeah, Sam hates waiting, so I don't know if he's going to go down that rabbit hole anytime soon, but hopefully we can get him there soon. But he's totally in, and he does have a 5555 stake, so that's want to lose some belly fat and gain muscle. All right, so Hex Boy, listen. When it comes to losing body fat and gaining muscle, it's not really that possible. It is possible if you're doing roids and if you're doing everything right. But in general, what I would do initially if I were you is I would think about seeing if I could get that body fat off while I was training, right? So I'd be not doing necessarily cardio, but I would be training weight training, but focusing on my diet enough where I could see a little bit of that body fat getting off. I need you to learn how many calories you need to lose weight too. So are you writing down your calories? Are you that into it? What's your diet like? Give me a little insight. And anyone who wants a StreamYard link and talk about this one-on-one, I will send it to you. if you don't mind coming on, but you have to have a camera. I could send you some. Actually, you don't need to have a camera. I could send you some pics if you can see them on IG or something. Yeah, please do. Send them. Send the pics. 143 lbs, 6 foot. Goal is 170. Wow, that's a big goal. Astros, what you want any advice on that? The best calorie app is MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is free. I do the membership, but it's free. I love it. It's very user friendly. And once you get really good at it, once you get really intuitive with it, you can actually kind of do it without typing it in, because you learn about every food that you eat. And once you learn about every food that you eat so many times, like you already know the amount of calories. I'm 5'5", 75 kgs, need to get back to 60 kg. So 15 kgs a lot is boobs, breastfeeding, hormones suck. Yeah. So what I would suggest for you, Tic Tac Crypto, is I don't think you really need to worry about weight training at all. Now, if you can do push-ups and if you can do, but what you need to do, you need to start running. You need to do cardio. Like I would suggest cardio, 45 minutes a day, fast walking. But if you really want to get into it, we got to start dipping into that diet. You know what I mean? So that diet's going to be the most important there. And I know this isn't the sexiest topic in the world, guys, as far as YouTube algo and stuff, but I really do want to have a moment where I can talk to people that are interested. Be good to be a Hex millionaire, but even better to be healthy enough to enjoy those millions. That's exactly what I'm saying, Jen. Like I've always been really healthy, but I've never been really rich. Now I definitely have had money before, but I never really cared about being rich. I always thought in the back of my head, like I could figure that out later. I got to figure this out. And it really did work out in my benefit, because it really worked out in my benefit because I was focused on self-help before I was focused on money. So now that I'm focused on money more, I'm really not even focused on money. I'm just focused on self-help still. I just want to be happy when I wake up. I don't really care much about money right now for some reason. Like the God in my life is not telling me to care about money right now. It's more so telling me just to work as hard as I can. When I say God, I just mean like my inner feeling, if you catch my drift. I'm going to play this one more time, guys. And then I'm going to continue. Anyone, think of your question right now. If you have a question about fitness, losing weight, gaining weight, macros, nutrition, supplementation, anything, the fitness challenge, cryptofitnesschallenge.com. I'm going to run the ad one more time before I get back to your questions. Please put a question in the comments. I got to use the bathroom real quick. Please put a question in the comments. I want to answer your question right now. I do not get to have these intimate moments with the chat anymore, because when Sam's going and the chat's going, it goes crazy. Share this out. Do me a favor. I'll talk to you in a minute, guys. Check this out. Bullish put in a lot of work to this, and I really appreciate him. So check it out. And if you like it, hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell, smash a bicep into the chat, guys. And any questions, please put them below. I'll be back in a sec.
Let's go.
Boom. That was dope. I do love that video. Knocking them all out, though. Yeah, nobody has fitness questions in crypto. That's the only problem. But the fitness challenge is going to be really fun. I'm really enjoying it, guys. I'm just having the time of my life over here. 17 viewers, 100 viewers. I don't give a shit. It's amazing. It's so much fun to be able to have a creative outlet. It's so incredible. And it doesn't matter. If you want to make content, you can DM me and I'll help you. And I just want you to know it's really easy, and you don't have to be smart, or you don't have to think of yourself as someone who's smarter than others, but you have to really love what you're doing, and you have to really I really want to be effective, and I really want to help where I can, Check your IG DMs. Okay. Yeah, so you're going to have to focus on losing weight right now. I want to see you lose some. I got to see your diet too. You have some visceral fat around your stomach now too. Just not so much your fat, but like the visceral lining around your stomach. It kind of alludes to maybe a little bit of a poor diet, but you're going to want to shrink that in a little bit for the fitness challenge to get a little tight for that summer bod. You know what I mean? But you look great, dude. I would focus on leaning up a little bit before you start gaining muscle, but I want you lifting weights the whole time. It really comes down to calories. Yeah, I know we're gonna be publishing a lot. We're gonna be talking about a lot of this stuff. What's good? And if anyone wants to come on and ask a question, please feel free to just ask me. I mean, I'm gonna be on for another 15, 20 minutes here, answering any questions about the fitness challenge, any questions about crypto. If anyone wants to ask me a question, now is the time, because in the morning I cannot answer questions. At night, it's nice when the viewers are lower because it's like, oh my God, I can read the chat. So the picture requirement, it didn't end up actually being a picture requirement, but a front, back, and side photo is suggested. You'll need to win it. You'll need to have a front, back, and side photo, along with doing updated photos along the way. And as you navigate through the app, you'll be you'll see that it's very user friendly. Like, put your pictures here, put your meals here. It's going to be very easy. Any great substitutes for bread, noodles, and potatoes? All my faves. My answer to you, Hexcelsior, is why do you want to replace some of those things? Just tell me why, like what would be your reason to want to replace those, and then I can help you a little bit more. You want to replace them because you want less calories, or do you want to replace them because of micronutrient density? Yeah, just give me more in depth. Okay. This is great, guys. Anyone who has a fitness question of any sort, I promise you, this is a great time. Too high of a carb ratio. Well, I would say you have to limit the amount of carbs you eat, but you don't have to change the foods that you're eating. In my opinion, white rice and potatoes and sweet potatoes are the easiest on my stomach. A lot of what I look at now is easy on my stomach, and then I have a very intuitive way of understanding like if the food works for me or not. So potatoes work great for me. White rice works great for me. Yeah, in general, those are probably my favorites, but I can eat I would say just eat, you have to eat less. I'd still want you to eat carbs before you work out and train, like hours before, but in general, like people eat way too many carbs. So you're just eating too much in general. Thank you, Hex Boy. I really appreciate that. You know, I enjoy I never get to stream by myself. So this is really fun. I'm really enjoying it because I don't have to talk about crypto for 5 minutes, but I love crypto. Will you be marketing sessions off the app? Can I count my workouts I already do? Will we be marking sessions off the app? Just functional crypto. I'll show you. I'm going to, my producer's kind of handling a lot of the specifics within the app, and we're still ironing out some details, but it's going to be very intuitive. But a lot of it is like, I gotta look more into the app directly today to like have more interactive answer. I've been so marketing and getting involved and kind of just letting them go in on that because they're way more skilled than me. But I have to do all the research on the back end to get involved. I do need to get a little more up to date on that. What's the three? Okay. Let me see if I missed any questions. What's the best substitute for benching? Funny enough, I do not really bench anymore. I think lighter weight movements for your chest are plenty fine. I think push-ups are plenty fine. I think any kind of machine is fine. I think dumbbell benching is personally what I like. It helps my shoulders. So I think dumbbell benching would be the answer to that, really the answer that I'd be looking for. But really, I think just lightening the weight in general, like going up to, depending on how old you are, Astros, going to sets of 20 as you get a little older, it's very beneficial in my opinion. Keeps that weight low, keeps the pain off the joints. But yeah, I would say if you take out benching altogether, you're good to go as long as you're really firing that chest with some machines and stuff. I think you're good to go, depending on your goals. And Hex Boy, thank you very much. Will we be marking sessions off the app? Can I count my workouts I already do? Oh yeah, I already read that one. Sorry, I didn't know the answer to that one. Yeah, but how are you eating of it? But yeah, how much are you eating of it, Gym Rat? Eating of what? I'm probably eating roughly 1,500 calories in carbs per day. Not that much. Yeah, no. Just trust me, like, oh yeah, trust me, crypto man. I'm trying my best. I have a team and I can only focus on so many things at once because of my skill set. Like I'm just not that skilled at certain things. Also, big question for me. Does exercising heavily at night really disrupt sleep? That's a loaded question too, because it depends if you drink caffeine beforehand. A lot of people use stimulants before a lot of people like to use stimulants before they work out. So it would be really hard to say that a sleeping problem would occur if you weren't using any stimulants whatsoever. But yes, if you work out directly before you go to bed, that will be counterintuitive for a good night's sleep, I believe. But if there's hours in between, a couple hours, I don't think you have an issue. Working out at night is cool. A lot of people work out at night, but it's just more so the stimulant use. What's a healthy amount of weight to lose in 3 months? I'd say a pound a week. If you're way heavier, I'd say 1.5 to 2 pounds per week. Graph writer, are you overweight, average, or skinny? So yeah, I would say 1.5 pounds per week, and that's even me. Like when I'm leaning up, like I could lose 1.5 pounds per week, and I'm pretty lean, but I could only do it for a week or so. But if I weighed 30 pounds more, I could probably do it for months on end. You about that NFT degen life? Ollie, no, but if you leave a comment, I'll read it. I know about NFTs and stuff, but I talk more about like DeFi, technical, more technical stuff. I don't know much about NFTs, but I know about Mintra. I know about OpenSea. I have some NFTs of myself that people have made me. I'm actually giving away free NFTs in my new crypto fitness program. So for achievement-based 30, 60, 90 days, you will be receiving achievement-based free NFTs for that. I sleep right after this. I'll go to sleep and then I'll wake up at 5 a.m. So right now it's 9:20 p.m. and I'll wake up at 5. Then I'll work until the stream, go to the gym, take a nap after the gym, do it all over again. It's a great life. I feel amazing. I work Graves. Any good tips for eating workout times with this schedule? Eating workout times with this schedule. Damn, dude. You know what I just realized? I never updated my thumbnail, dude. I'm going to do that real quick. Smash the like and share this out if you haven't already, guys. Any question? Yeah, Ollie, great to see you. Hit that subscribe, Ollie. We'd like to see you around here. I promise you I can give you really good information you can buy more NFTs. I'll help you buy more NFTs by making you rich off Hex and Pulse Chain. Ollie, have you heard of Pulse Chain? Have you heard of Pulse X? Have you heard of Hex, Richard Hart? Any of that stuff? Let me know. Let me know real quick, brother. What's this? Let me look at the next price real quick. Ollie, yeah. Where are you from, Ollie? Let me know where you're from, brother. I love meeting new people on here because in the morning I do a show every day at 11 a.m. and I can't read the chat because it's a little too active. Oh my God. What the fuck? Wow. This is incredible, guys. What a great day to be streaming. I got the Gym Rat NFT. Yeah, Ollie, there's a free NFT of me you could claim too. I give you the deets on it. Can you read price out, please, GRC? We can't see it. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I wasn't even looking. I'm not used to looking at charts. It's at the moment it's 14596. I'll write that in the chat. Is there any price chart you guys want me to look up or anything? Anything you guys want me to look up and look at? I'd love to have some suggestions. Guys, again, I'm pretty new to streaming. I'm about 40 days in, 50 days in, and I'm trying to at night. In the morning, it's a way more structured show. Like I know what I'm doing for the show. I know what the thumbnail is, but at night I'm getting a little more. Hexo's coming on tomorrow, guys. So Hexologist will be on Crypto in the Morning tomorrow. The Hexologist, the guy who inspired me to stream every day. He didn't really inspire me, but like everyone said he did it and it was awesome. And I thought that Portland, dude, great to see you, man. I'm so glad you're here. So glad you could join. If you know anything about Hex, Ollie? Yeah, Ollie, I'm telling you, dude, you just hit the gold mine, bro. Like this is where it's at. Like if you want to learn about anything in this world, learn about pulsechain.com. Pulsechain.com. And I'll go to pulsechain.com real quick. Why not? Let's talk about pulsechain.com. For anyone in here who's new, share this out to someone and tell them that. Okay. The testnet is live. You know what? I'm not doing that. Ollie, you are in the right place. Yeah, Hexo's coming on in the morning. We're going to be talking to Hexo. Guys, any topics you want me to bring up for Hexo, please drop them below. We're going to be going live tomorrow. It's going to be a badass show. Oh my God, there's going to be so many laughs. I'm thinking we should do a meme section. See if we can meme it up. What do you guys want me to ask Hexo tomorrow? Yeah, Hexo's awesome. He just came right on. He said, of course, I'll come on. Or like just answered real quick. Nice guy, dude. There's a lot of laughs. Yes, so many laughs. Absolutely. So many laughs. One in the chat if you've heard of best testnet in crypto history. Is it really? I've never messed with any other testnet, so I wouldn't know. What other cryptos have you guys heard of? One's in the chat if you have heard of Huracash. Have you heard of Huracash? One's in the chat. If you sacrifice for Huracash, one's in the chat. If you've heard about Huracash, one's in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you've never heard of Huracash until I mentioned it. Put a 2 in the chat if you've never heard of Huracash. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard of it and sacrificed for it. One's in the chat if you've heard of it. 2's in the chat if you have not. And also mention big like from India. That's just 3. Big like from India. Thank you so much. Great to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Remember you from last night. Thanks for coming in the show and supporting. I hope I'm giving you good information. Ask Hexo if he bought his wife the stroller with the Hex gains. Yes, that's hilarious. Not stacking for it. The sack's already over. It's not a fork of Tornado Cash. It's just a separate thing, but they have a website. If you go to huracash.com, actually go to huracash.com right now. So this is Huracash. So yesterday I was talking about Huracash, and I never went in and done research. Hey, Super Tech Wayne, good to see you. Have you been here before? I'm sorry if oh no, you were here earlier. I'm sorry. I don't never stream at this time. A lot of news. Go to Maximus Cash and play with the dashboard. That's fun. Oh, tomorrow. Yeah, we will. I want to look at the dashboard right now, though. Yeah, anyway, guys, I'm just being stupid now. Again, I'm trying to get better at looking shit up while I go. What is Huracash? Huracash is a fully decentralized, lightweight protocol for private transactions based on the linkable spontaneously anonymous group LSAG signature scheme. It's fully decentralized. Anonymous, without the need of a ZK snarks off-chain server. So basically, what is the goal of Tornado Cash? Private transactions are essential building blocks of vigorous DeFi ecosystems. The blockchain network is still in its early days and few privacy protocols currently exist. Huracash hopes to bring the essential need to users and projects across various networks and assist with the preservation of freedom of speech. There is currently no token, but in the future we plan to drop early users of the protocol and have it operate as a utility and governance token. So what I'm confused about is, so there was an airdrop. What's the airdrop? A total of 10 million HUR tokens are to be airdropped to all valid Pulse Chain sacrifice contributors. This will form a total base supply before the sacrifice phase is calculated. What? Dude, this is so confusing. Huracash sacrifice phase. And I think this already happened. So this is all in hindsight now, guys. Don't do anything with that address. This is not live anymore, guys. This is not live anymore. So just chill. The sacrifice phase is not live anymore. So don't do anything with that. Hurricane sacrifice phase. A sacrifice is performed by the community that believes privacy is a protected human right and blockchain should respect privacy. When an individual address sacrifices, they are expressing that they believe in freedom of speech and privacy on the blockchain. As a result, they may be awarded points, which may let them mint their own HUR tokens. Okay, so there it is, guys. As a result, they may be rewarded points, which may let them mint their own HUR token. So let's go back real quick. When an individual address sacrifices, they are expressing that they believe in blah, blah, blah. As a result, they are awarded points. So just like the HEX system, guys, you know how that works. But for new people, they use that jargon because you're not really allowed to say you're getting anything for it. Everyone's sacrifice is publicly viewable. All right. I kind of just want to know how it works. Huracash is a non-custodial ERC20 privacy solution based on the LSAG algorithm. It serves as a second layer of privacy and or alternative to other privacy solutions such as Tornado Cash. It improves transaction privacy by breaking the on-chain link between the recipients and the destination, meaning that like in between, like you have one side of your transaction and the other side, and in between they change it or just change some of the digits in like randomized way, and it makes it just not traceable for some reason. Again, that's not exactly right, but that's the gist. To make a deposit, user selects a receiver address and choose the incremental amount, then generate a secret Hcash token. So that's where it happens, guys. So once that you pick your amount, you generate the Hcash token, then deposit the amount sent to the Huracash smart contract. The contract accepts the deposit. It adds the key as valid to the corresponding ring signature pool list of deposits. I got to read that one more time. I'm sorry. To make a deposit, users select the receiver address and chooses the incremental amount, spelled it out wrong, then generates a secret Hcash token. The deposit amount is then sent to the Huracash smart contract. The contract accepts the deposit and adds the key as the valid to the corresponding ring signature to the pool list of deposits. After enough time has passed and sufficient users have entered the pool, the users can decide to make withdrawals, can decide to make a withdrawal. To do that, the user should provide a proof that he or she then a secret Hcash token as well. Still confusing to me. I don't know. Got to keep researching on that. I got to keep reaching. No, Astros, it's not live anymore. There's a good video that goes into more detail. I can DM you and watch it offline. Yeah, I would love that. Hexcelsior, thank you very much. 3 times a week pump is enough with a great diet. Yes, I totally agree with that. I actually totally agree with that, Easy. 3 times a week pump is enough with a great diet. The key is to kill the workout each time you work out, and the rest, yeah, I totally agree with that. How long is this Hurricane video? I might just watch it on here. And again, guys, can everyone reiterate that the sack phase is over so I don't... Oh, no, I ain't watching this video. Just because the screen looks like poo-poo. Yeah, but I will watch that on my own time. Thank you very much. Yes, in your Twitter. Yeah, don't pick up pennies in front of freight trains. 2440. 2440. Thank you so much. Is there any other projects or anything you guys would like for me to cover on the show tomorrow or in general? Sorry, Bob. Bob, you want to come back on? I got another. I'm still feeling good, dude. Smash the likes, people. Yeah. Maybe I should stay on until I get 100 likes. Maybe that should be what, because I used to do that. Let's check the like count. Everybody smash a like and share this out if you're enjoying yourself. Hit the subscribe button. 61 likes, 62 likes. Okay. Maybe I can go for the miracle streams. I've been very excited lately, guys, about Pulse Chain. GRC, did you see the Hodge twins tweeted about PulseX? Yes, I did. Let's go to that. Where was that? Where was that exactly? Let's look. Come on. God, I'm so bad at finding shit on Twitter. Hodge twins. I should slow right now. What the fuck? Uh-oh, here we go, guys. This is pretty crazy shit. Breaking news.
On the view.
If you have $44 billion and you use it to buy Twitter, you make bad decisions. Yeah. We need. Right. $44 billion. We need it. I mean, put it.
Who are these morons? I am so disgusted. I don't watch any TV, but this is disgusting. These people are disgusting. What a disgrace. What a disgrace to this world. Those people know nothing. Absolutely clueless. The Hex twins. Look, someone commented, said the Hex twins come down. Hodge twins with 896,000 followers, guys. 896,000 followers, followed by 339 of the beloved Hexicans. And Pulse X twins, bro. I mean, are you serious? That's pretty dope. Then I obviously, oh shit, I got 27 likes. Welcome to Pulse X fam, CryptoFitnessChallenge.com. You guys will get dogged by me and my partner. Join up. It's 100% free. Free crypto if you win and much, much more. Guys, go like this tweet and say, I told him I would dog them. I don't even remember writing that. That's hilarious. Yeah, that was disgusting. I mean, that's disgusting. Those people online are disgusting. I don't care if this gets copyright struck. So actually, I kind of do because I don't want to get banned. Elon, buy YouTube, bro. What's up, GRC? Keep up the good work. Apex Crypto, Pulse Chain Underground. Hey, bro. Who are you? Let me see if I recognize your picture. And let me go to Twitter real quick. Let's look up Apex Crypto. Anyone in here that wants me to follow them, I will. Apex Crypto. I'm just having fun in here right now. Oh, we already follow each other. What's good? Crypto researcher, Hextangent, Day One Pulse Chain, Day One Pulse X. Great to meet you, brother. Great to see you on retweeting all that stuff. Floor is as usual. Beautiful stuff. The Hextangent community is one of a kind. Let's see what people are getting all feisty in my DMs about. Yeah, hit that up. Tell them that they don't have what it takes to win the fitness challenge. Should I watch the whole video? I'm scared to watch the whole video, but whatever. Who cares? Whoopsie, we don't do that.
Check out the ladies on The View.
If you have $44 billion and you use it to buy Twitter, you make bad decisions. Yeah. We have all the information we need. Right. 44 billion. We need it. I mean, Twitter
hunger. But he doesn't know what to do with. It's the same as that other. The two of them went into space because they have no other ideas about what to do with their money.
Why y'all call yourselves The View? Y'all should call yourselves the dummies. Call yourself the dumb birthing bitches. The dumbass. I like that one. The dumbass. Hey, but no seriousness. Y'all act like Elon Musk. Hey, who questions a billionaire's decisions? Do you know how a billionaire becomes a billionaire? Because they make great decisions. Yeah, Elon Musk is one of the brightest, most revolutionary minds out there today. That's why he's a billionaire. And y'all going to question his decision-making skills? Like I was about to say, y'all act like he bought a depreciating asset just going to go to zero like a car or something. Yeah. What do y'all got y'all's money at? Probably a bank account losing all kinds of value. No, y'all probably got all y'all's money tied up in Louis Vuitton purses. I know how it will work. Look, Twitter has had poor leadership last 5-6 years. Yeah. And that company still appreciated over 200%. Exactly. And you know what? He's going to make Twitter the first social media platform that the foundation is free speech. You know how much market share he's going to steal from all the other social media platforms? Right. If he just appreciates Twitter 10%, he's made another $5 billion. If he doubles, he's made another $50 billion. You broads are. Y'all some stupid bitches. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all some stupid bitches.
Those are, in fact, some stupid B words if I had ever heard it, guys. Anyone who wants to come on, please DM me on Twitter. And I'm going to keep looking up funny videos. Until then, I'm really enjoying myself right now. I'm really locked in. I've been feeling like a little bit of a night owl the last couple of days. It's been very fun. It's fun to be up past 9:30. Such an old man. They're like each other's hype, man. Yeah, they're awesome. Great to see you, Nardo, for the win. Hey, Vic Bish. Love seeing Hexbag go up in value. Keep it going. Let's go pulse launch. Yes, I totally agree with that. Twitter DMs should have end-to-end encryption like Signal, so no one can spy or hack on your messages. Straight from Elon. Let's look at, wow, Elon is crushing it. I'm sorry, dude. I love this dude right now, even though he's a pump and dumper Doge fucker. But let's pull this up. Elon. King. Young King. Let's go. Hex.com. That's how you do it, guys. I think if you're going to stream with anyone, look, this is what this kid said. I think if I were to hop on stream with anyone, I'd prefer crypto in the morning stream with Jim Rat Crypto. Oh, would you prefer that? Because I'll DM you right now and you will come on here. You won't, Amish kid. Trump's Twitter platform may just lose against Elon's. Yeah, I totally agree. Already improving Twitter day one. Look at the Elon Coca-Cola tweet. Okay. Let's look at the Elon Coca-Cola tweet. I don't even follow Elon. That's how based I am. I am so based for not following Elon. I'm sorry. Next, I'm buying Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back in it. Wow. Elon Musk is an absolute savagery. Absolute savagery. What a savage. Guys, if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's Jim Rat Crypto. Check me out. Absolute savage. Shieldmasters.com. Anything you need there. Some goodies for the fam. Don't forget your boy is a surfer. I fucking got up on that and I ripped it. Rock climber. So anyone who likes any of this stuff, hit your boy up. Big surfer, big rock climber. Absolute tank unit. Boom. There's that. Okay, you talked me into it. Making a fence stuff to follow you in RH. What is this? What is this that you just pulled up? Anyone who drops a link, I'm going to look at it. So drop any link you want. There's some funny shit going on right now. I like it. I absolutely like what's going on right now. This is amazing. I like that I have the freedom to like look stuff up. Oh yeah, make a Finsta. Make a Finsta, bro. Everyone make a Finsta and follow GRC. What is Margaret River? What is Margaret River? I'm going to get to this link real quick that Bobby Boy put in here. God, I got to pee again. What the hell? I'm a peeing machine. Smash the like. Hit. I'm going to stay on until I get 100 likes, guys. So 30 more likes. 30 more likes. My OCD is kicking in. My OCD is kicking in. Any memes, guys? Let's get some memes going. Christianity. Jesus. Jesus is coming. Mexican porn. Jesus is coming. Very funny, very funny, very funny. Crypto Fitness Challenge, guys. CryptoFitnessChallenge.com. $15,000 USD in prizes. Absolutely free. 100% free. So don't forget to sign up at CryptoFitnessChallenge.com. Give me an email in there and you're good to go. You can win free custom shields. $15,000 USD in HEX. 100,000 HEX at this moment. I don't know what the price is. And supplements, free NFTs. There's a lot going on there. South of Perth, best waves in Australia. Really? Maybe I should move in south of Perth. That'd be amazing. Crypto Fitness Challenge, guys. Anyone that has a question about their fitness, please feel free to ask me right now. It's going to be the best time because I will not have too much time to respond one-on-one moving forward, I assume. I've been waiting 6 months for 5 cent to 8 cent HEX. Doesn't look like it's coming, at least before Pulse. All signs showing trend reversal despite BTC's traditional looking like death. Start scaling in yesterday. Bullish. I'm going to tag Sam in that, see if he cares at all to look at that. Why not? Can't wait for Mr. Richard Hart to hang out with us ladies tonight in the Twitter spaces. Depends on the hours where he is. Tweet is unavailable. That'd be cool. Anyone who wants to come on, please let me know. I'll be on here until I get 100 likes. So I'm chilling tonight. Do it for the algo. Let's see what Richard Hart's been doing. Big Dick Rich. Let's check this out.
Here's sneak peek number 2. This one is even crazier than the fan wall. Okay, come on in here. We're going to pass the robot. What we have built is a Bitcoin mine, right? Because before Hex is Bitcoin, and understanding mining in a really interesting way is all part of the story. So check, this is just like mine. Come check this out. So this is the Bitcoin mine. Wait a minute. There's somebody in our mine. Who the hell is in our, what is going on? Who is this?
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome into my grandma's basement, or this incredible reenactment of it. It feels so wildly real. It's incredible. I can smell the must from here. I've got this wild Phoenix rainbow sticker that is true to life. It was there. And this incredible mine that we put together was a part of where I started.
This is the actual mine, folks.
Yes,
I think
first
like
scaled.
No,
This is it. This is it.
Oh,
We put up the mines, and this is what I first started to scale my facilities at. And we actually redirected all of the heat here from the mines up the shaft of the stairs up to my grandma's, and she didn't have to pay the heating bill in the wintertime whatsoever. Zero. They'd come at the end of the year and credit her $1,000 or something like that. It's incredible.
Here we go. Let's fire up the jet engines and show people this thing actually works. Check this out. Is that not amazing? Get ready, folks. The highest of stakes.
Shit's so cool. I just smoked some weed. And I got another water. Yeah, but so that was pretty cool, guys, eh? That was really cool. Great to see what's his name on there? He's the man.
Okay, here's sneak peek number 2.
No,
this one is even crazier.
World military expenditure passes $2 trillion for the first time. Nice. Sounds like a big waste of money, like everything. Another big waste of money, but we love to see Richard flex on the haters. Mid-May, still the target for the world's largest free airdrop. V3AM Membot is working. SAC balances look great. Guys, amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing stuff. You should all be practicing on the test net. Yes, I totally agree with that. Let's see. I've heard it'll be private for 2 weeks before V3 goes public. He said no need to go public. Woohoo, that's great news. Valid question from K4K. Testnet V3 is internal only. Public? Not for public. It's running now. So guys, it's pretty cool. Big K, that's right. Everyone waiting for the 5% missed the ride. Yeah, I've been DCAing in. Definitely, I've been DCAing in, and I'm about to freaking FOMO all my liquid hex into Maxi because freaking Bob, son of a bitch, keeps amping up freaking Maxi to the point where I want to FOMO because it's just like less. It's just perfect for a guy like me. Maxi's perfect for a guy that's in my position. Smaller bag holder, understands the system perfectly, wants to have flexibility because doesn't know his security is going to look like in the next 5 years. Therefore, Maxi kind of gives you that flexibility. And if the price goes so parabolic and you need some of that money, you can sell it. So what's the quickest way to improve your metabolism issues? In my opinion, the quickest way to improve your metabolism issues is to probably eat 4 to 5 healthy meals a day, very small healthy meals. Get your body working all the time. Make sure you're doing 45 minutes of cardio a day. Try to take it pretty much easy otherwise, but it's really about the eating, right? Like it's always going to be like, when it comes to your metabolism, to me, it's about eating like the right foods, because people either don't eat and then they eat all at one time and they're eating McDonald's, and like, it's just like this on and off, blood sugar up, everything up, jacked up, sleepy. I think fasting could help. Yeah, fasting can help, but I think fasting should be done after you get your metabolism fixed, because if you do it before, sometimes your metabolism and your hormones are so off balance that you're really just kind of counterproductive at that point, right? Because you're just digging into the problem that's already there, instead of like when you're already healthy and then you start fasting, some of those benefits are going to happen right away. But if you're unhealthy and you start fasting, it could cause a little bit more trouble than good right away, because your metabolism's already shot if you're eating like Jack and you're eating randomly. So eat egg diet, derp. 24-hour fast can help reset metabolism. I do agree with that. Like if you do just want to do a 24-hour fast, I was thinking more about like intermittent fasting. But yeah, no, if you want to do a 24-hour fast to reset things, get all that junk out of your system, I think that could be a good idea as well. Any other fitness questions, please let me know. Would be appreciated right now. Hold on one second. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, man, how have you been? I try to catch me. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Great to see everyone. Just looking at a couple things real quick. Selling Maxi, if you must, is way less painful than early end stake fees. Yeah, Bob hates those Ethereum fees. So do I. Insulin and growth hormone impacts helps to reset. Well, I mean, insulin and growth hormone? Are you talking about injecting yourself with insulin and growth hormone? I'd say that's pretty radical for the average person. I've never done that, but I know people, certainly, and know many people that have. Got it. Didn't know that. Makes a lot of sense. Awesome, Hexboy. I'm glad I could help. Yeah. So your metabolism's always going to be best when it's churning. You're hungry. You're eating a lot of fats. You're eating a lot of carbs. You're eating a lot of healthy stuff during the day frequently. So your body gets very used to just like churning through food. And then once you start doing that fast, in my opinion, like when I try to get people to fast after they reset their metabolism, when I can tell their metabolism's kind of shot. Can you replicate weight training at home? Yes. No. The way to replicate weight training at home is doing pull-ups, doing dips, doing push-ups. If you're a girl, you can do assisted knee push-ups. You can do air squats. You can do all sorts of stuff at home. I can tell you all sorts of workouts all day long you could do at home. I would never have to go to a gym to get fit. You get one set of dumbbells, I think 20 pounds, 10 pounds, and like a 5-pounder. I think you'll be good to go if you're a woman. I think you really will be good to go, truthfully, which is pretty crazy to say. Like, you don't need much, guys. Goddamn voice to text. Yeah, I was talking about intermittent fasting. Yeah, intermittent fasting is good, but I think you're, because intermittent fasting is also an excuse for a lot of people to eat like junk at night, because you're just eating less calories overall. So people think like, oh, at night I can just stuff my face, and it's kind of true, but at the same time, when we're talking about organ and gut health, not going to be really the case. If you want to wake up in the morning and have a gut that feels really good, which a lot of people don't, and people don't understand how that can actually work, like how nice it can be when your gut is at 100%. It's actually very, very, very good feeling. My gut's not at 100% right now, believe it or not. I've been kind of eating whatever. It's better to fast morning work. So I can tell you kind of a little bit about my schedule real quick. First of all, anyone who's in here who hasn't commented, please comment below. Let me know you're here. I would like to say what's up to you. If you have any questions about fitness, we're doing the 60-day fitness. We're doing the 90-day fitness challenge, 15,000 USD in crypto, 3 custom shields, free supplements, free NFTs, free everything. Sign up is free. CryptoFitnessChallenge.com. Let me run the ad real quick, guys. Since I'm by myself, I'm just going to, Terrafin, what's up, dude? Dude, what is up? Guys, share this out. Do whatever you want to do to support me real quick while I actually have to use the bathroom again. I didn't use the bathroom last time. But when does it start? Hex is the way. Hey. Hey, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you on here. May 1st, it actually starts. So competition starts May 1st. Sign-ups all the way until Sunday. That would be May 1st. We will be accepting everyone until then. After that day, I don't know if it's closed, but you can't win the competition after that day. You might still be able to join the email list and stuff. But May 1st, that's when it starts. I'm going to run the ad real quick. Hex is the way. Stay your butt in here because I love talking to you. And if anyone wants to come on stream, I'm going to start inviting people on. I saw one guy said he wanted to come on. Why don't I send him an invite? Don't be doing crazy stuff, everyone. If I don't know you, and I'm going to be pissed if you do anything weird. And if I see you, I'm going to be freaking pissed. No, I'm kidding. Entrepreneur focused on legacy, wealth. I invest in crypto, real estate, and quality of life. All right. Hey, that all sounds great to me. Let's meet Apex Crypto. I'm inviting. Okay, great. Even kids allowed? Yeah, kids are allowed. Family members, why not? The only people that are going to see the front, back, and side photos are me and Sam and Bullish. No one else is going to see your front, back, and side photos, okay? So they're not going to be exposed all over the internet or anything. There's a section where only I can see those things so I can see your progress. That's not going to be part of like the visual part of the front end. I'll jump on if invited. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm going to be... Just send me a DM and say, anyone who wants to come on, just send me a DM real quick so I don't have to click over because I'm so slow with this shit. Oh, Richard just tweeted. Let's see what he said. Sweet. Yeah, that is sweet. Richard said sweet to Twitter. Elon Musk tweet 1 hour ago. Twitter DMs should have end-to-end encryption like Signal so no one can. Yeah, so anyone who wants to come on? Yeah, well, I mean, I'll kick someone off. What you mean, why so serious? It's nighttime. You know I'm not a night owl, Terrafin. I'm happy to fit my before and after pics to be shared when I win. I love that attitude. Love that attitude. Who wants to look how freaking jacked I'm getting, dude? You can come on, Hex is the way. Why can't you? Are you busy? You busy with the kids right now? No crazy stuff. No crazy stuff. Okay, quick. Let me run this ad, guys. Remember, I gotta stream tomorrow. Just let me know. We'll talk. I would love to have a stream with you. Just you and Sam. That would be nice. I'm pretty sure Sam would appreciate that banter. I've been trying to just do one at a time for the most part because it just gets. Between me and Sam and one other person, like I've been realizing as I move forward, it's like much easier to extract information when there's only one like other vector. So it's like me, Sam, and then the one guy rather than. Yeah, just let me go. Girls are live on official pulsification. That's good. We love girls in crypto. We love girls in crypto. I think Sam's going on official pulsification at some point. Hey, that's what he told me. And I was like, what? I'm going to run this ad real quick, guys, and go grab a bathroom break and a drink. Please. Oh my God, vascular right now, guys. I look absolutely like a unit right now. I'm sorry. But yeah, I am stunned, Terrafin. He is feeding the You guys are so funny. Anyone that has a crypto question, please put it below. We got Apex Crypto in the green room. I'm gonna run this ad real quick, and we're gonna also have Hextech on. Guys, I'm running. I'm gonna run real quick. Give me 1 second. Enjoy this. Pipe it up. Please share this out and hit the like. I'm not gonna stop till I get 100 likes tonight. Please hit the like, share this out, support me however you can with the bells and the whistles. I really do appreciate that stuff, guys. Here's the ad for the Crypto Fitness Challenge. Starts May 1st. Sign up ends May 1st.
Let's go.
What's up, Apex Crypto?
What's up, man? Can you hear
Are
me?
you there? Yes, sir, I can. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Is this your first time watching the show, or have you seen it a couple of times?
No, I've been through a few times. I just haven't been in the chats much. Yep. Yeah, I like the show you did with Orca and Sam the other day.
Well, great. I'm glad. Have you signed up for the Crypto Fitness Challenge?
I have not, although I need it.
Well, sign up because you know you can win $15,000 in Hex.
Well, that sounds good. Shoot, I tried my luck at the 100K Hex with the TikTok video and didn't do too hot. I think I'd probably do better with the fitness challenge. Tell you the truth.
So what's up, dude? How you doing? You got any cool news from today? What you got anything to talk about?
Man, just coming to hang. Right now, hell, I'm just out in my garage doing some electrical work. I sold the house. I got it under contract yesterday, so I'm trying to make sure it's up to code for the inspection tomorrow. Other than that, I'm just, game planning, running through my head about Pulse Chain and everything that's to come, man. A lot of exciting things going on.
What's up, Hextech? How you doing?
Hey, doing well. How's it
Your
going?
background's clean, brother. Clean with the shield and the brick.
I put the studio together about 2 weeks ago, so I promised RG3 I'd get it together. So I got another
haircut.
Yeah, I got a haircut. Got another shield coming too. It's going to be
yeah.
another round, and it's the Pulse Chain logo. So that'll go up. Whoops. Over here.
That's what I'm talking about. That's going to be insane. Wait, so you say you got a round Pulse Chain one?
Yeah, I specifically
Dude, you're the first one to get a round Pulse Chain one.
I know I am.
Dude, I'm pissed now, bro. What the heck, bro?
No, I told him.
I didn't act fast. No, I'm kidding. That's awesome.
That's
dude.
all right.
So thanks for supporting him and thanks for supporting me. And I really appreciate that. He's literally my best friend.
I'm one of those degens with too much cash.
Hey, we love those here at Crypto in the Morning because fun decorative stuff when you have cash is always fun, especially when you're streaming, because it's like, dude, having an excuse to put anything in your streaming room is cool.
Yeah, definitely. And
did you put that brick in yourself?
In fact, was it Gen Hex was asking me about this. So he's like, did you put that brick in or was that wall there, before you got in the house? This is actually contact paper. Well, it's wallpaper. It's removable wallpaper. You can buy it off of Amazon and rolls. But it looks awesome. It gives a clean look. I used to have something similar in my previous studio 2 years ago when I was streaming for Bitcoin Group. So.
Now I'm gonna ask both. Do you guys have any? I was gonna ask both of you if you have any experience streaming in general, like before this, any of this crypto stuff, or before any of the Hex stuff, is what I mean.
Yeah. I used to be part of what was known as the Bitcoin Pub group, which was a social media site online created by Peter Saddington and his brother, out of that, group broke off called DCA Adventures. They're still running out there. And I teamed up with those guys to do Friday night streaming. Unfortunately, my interjection of Hex was not well received. So it became contentious and I just politely bowed out.
What about you, Apex? What was your transition into Hex maybe, or like your experience kind of getting into this world? Because it seems like you, from your bio on Twitter, maybe you had experience beforehand in crypto.
Well, not in crypto. Hex was actually my first purchase in crypto, other than obviously onboarding with some Ethereum and through Coinbase and taking it into the decentralized land here of MetaMask and everything. But I'm a contractor in real life, and I had 2019 was a really good year for us. So when the pandemic hit, we had excess cash flow and we really didn't have much as far as financial assets in our portfolio. So I started just diving headfirst into, learning everything I could about finance from basically not knowing a hell of a lot ahead of that time. Like I said, I was a contractor. I've been building things with my hands since I was a kid. College educated and everything, but I always despised money, and because I felt it breeds corruption and greed. But in my 20s, when I started making good money and started thinking about having a family and whatnot, I realized the importance of playing the game. So I decided to play the game my own way, and we bought pretty close to the bottom of the COVID dip in a lot of different stocks. And the whole time, my mentor, a guy I've known for quite a while, started telling me about crypto and HEX and everything he's doing. And it took me a while throughout 2020 because I was so focused on stocks that I made my first crypto purchase of HEX in December of 2020. I think it's like I think I'm a day 84 or 384 guy, like right after a big payday. Are you? Sorry, am I?
I said you were probably cooking after your business was running real smooth, and then you got in day 84. Did you stick and stay, or did you have trial and error with the staking, with the selling, maybe buying? What was your kind of experience, or did you kind of just get with the program and make a staking ladder?
A little bit of both. It was actually day 384. Right around there. It was shortly after big payday, which I think was like 9 or 10 months in to the project. But yeah, so I got in December of 2020. My first few purchases of HEX were under a penny. It didn't stay there for long. It actually had been over a penny like that November, and then came back down below, and that's where I started getting in. But the FUD worried me because at that time I was just spreading myself thin. I was in a ton of ended up getting into probably about 85 different coins, a little bit of money in each one, just trying to spread it out, just a true noob trying to hit a home run swing with something. And when I finally came back around the HEX, and it was like March or April of 2021, shortly before he started talking about Pulse Chain. I started diving further into it, and before that, I had created a 1 month stake just to test the contract, right? The text test it out, and I created a year-long stake. But when I came back around just a few months later, that's when I really loaded up. I built my ladder out, and then shortly after I had my ladder in place, Richard starts talking about Pulse Chain. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, that couldn't have gone much better. So ever since then, once I knew he was forking ETH, I've just been straight RH ecosystem, probably 2,000 hours, if not more, into his content and everybody else's. So that's my main focus right now. And I'm actually, I don't want to shield too much because, I'll just grow it as grassroots, but I'll be launching. I've got my YouTube channel already. So back to your streaming question, like I'll be releasing videos in the next couple days. Yeah, hoping to get it going pretty good.
Yep. I think the more streamers, the better, in my opinion. I don't have any insight on this question, and I don't know if you guys do. Can we talk about how the SAC money is still on the Ethereum network, how that could affect Pulse? Is the OA swapping for things to better the environment? No expectations. I think I'm just curious. I don't really know anything about the fucking sacrifice money, to be honest. I've never looked into it.
Yeah.
That could be stupid.
I don't care where the ETH goes. So.
Yeah, I don't care where any of it goes.
Or whatever coin. Yeah, all I know is that, what designated points that I'll be receiving once the Pulse Chain launches.
So I obviously that's going to be there because Pulse Chain doesn't exist yet, but and that's going to stay there because I mean, at least for the time being, right? I mean, there's a good chance that I think it's the Pulse X SAC wallet where the OA or whoever controls that wallet has been swapping everything into DAI. So I think there's almost 300 million worth of DAI sitting in there. So that kind of leads me to believe that he might just be waiting to bridge that over to provide massive amount of liquidity in any type of project or in anything whoever owns that wallet sees fit, which could be very good for us. Because we've got to get value into the system some way. And it would be, I think for adoption, it would be better if there's value very quickly. So that is my speculation on what some of that SAC wallet will do. But like, as I said, speculation. So
I like that. I appreciate that insight. Thank you.
yeah, I don't know. I was just going to say, I don't know if you're familiar with Identity Block, but with all the DAI sitting there, it's starting to, depend on whoever owns that SAC wallet does with it, it's starting to legitimize Identity Block's idea about DAI being the stable coin of choice for the community on Pulse Chain early on. Because ultimately the stable coin that's going to be basically in charge on Pulse Chain is whichever one the community backs. And DAI doesn't have admin keys, although it's basically backed by other crypto assets rather than fiat. So if let's just pretend like the SAC wallet bridges hundreds of millions of DAI over, all of a sudden that seems like it's the stable coin of choice. And my man Identity Block's been saying that for damn near a year now in the Pulse
All right, we
Chain.
got to keep talking about this topic because it's just a can of worms. So I want to keep talking about it. Hextech, do you have any insight on this? I just want to ask you, and then I'm going to interject.
Yeah, I'm going to say no, I do not.
Yeah, so I don't have much insight, but I do want to just talk. So basically what you're saying is, because I have never dealt in the world of stable coins. I mean, yes, I've swapped into a few stable coins for short periods of time, but that's about it. Never have I was like having a large position in a bear market. I've never been through a whole bear market. So I guess that I haven't experienced that yet, right? So what you're saying is basically people hold stables, right? It's just there's just no doubt about it. Some people have stable coins, period. So are you telling me that there's a controversy to say, what if we're going to have a stable coin? Which stable coin should we put it in to get max value on the Pulse Chain because some might not be adopted? Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yes. And some, even if they are adopted, like Circle or like USDC or Tether, they could easily invalidate those, right? As everybody's been talking about. But the USDC or Tether that is bridged over, that's fair game. That's actual value being bridged into the system. That's not the copies. With
how long does it take to get pegged to $1? How does that work with the dollar? I don't understand.
It would depend on what you're talking about, and this is not in my area of expertise by any means, but as far as the peg, they're supposed to have a reserve with that fiat of equal value there, basically in an account. And to my knowledge, Circle is having issues with that, and Tether is known for repeated offenses of not having enough reserves to back it. So that's why Identity Block.
When people say stable coin of choice, do they just mean the coin that they can rely on the most? I know what they mean, like a dollar, like the dollar coins. I know that, but so what people are just looking for something that has no downside risk, right?
Or something that's going to hold its peg.
Yeah.
Reestablish itself in any fluctuation. as quick as possible.
What's your experience using stables as far as like strategy wise? What positions you've been through bear markets before? So is that something that you do, or do you just let it ride and kind of have a different strategy?
I've always let my crypto ride. I mean, you know, I got into Bitcoin back in November 4th, 2016. And so I took the whole ride up through December. And even when Richard announced, you know, the Bitcoin top and was talking about the 20K Christmas, and friends of mine were like, bro, sell. You know, I'm like, no, I'm long-term holder, you know, so I wrote it all the way down, wrote it back up. Some people make those strategic shifts into like stable coins and stuff. And, you know, had success in doing that, you know, because then they, you know, shift to USD, like with Bitcoin crash, and maybe they shifted over at 18, 17,000, wrote it down to, you know, 4 or 5, 3 or whatever, you know, wrote it down to the bottom and then went back in and, you know, multiplied their money. But I did know, I noticed the comment by Hex on the way about the die about now, and somebody maybe can jump in the chat and kind of inform me or correct me. Is so from my understanding, is die then on the Ethereum side, is that like supported or backed by Ethereum? Is that how it's kind of paired? It is. Okay. Because he was saying that it won't be backed by ETH on the, if DAI switches over to, so
no, it won't. It will be backed by Pulse, right?
It would have to, right, if they were going to use that.
So this is the thing, guys. Like all this stuff is absolutely unquantifiable, but I know what Apex is saying. It's like it kind of isn't, because it's like what we decide, right?
Sure.
Almost like what almost the rich dudes decide, I guess. You know what I mean? Like if they're going to make a decision, but there could also be game theory reverse engineering that from people that have way more money that want to F everyone over and have more value with their stables rather than other people or whatever. You know what I mean? Like people backplay the system in every scenario, right?
Yeah. And I've heard some suggestions that USDL might be a potential candidate, because the way they have that established on liquid loans with their system is that it's pegged to the price of Pulse. So whether that would be a candidate or not as far as a stable coin for the network. Yeah, and USDC, the only thing I see with them is, you know, that now I know USDC has validated on other chains and they've supported it. Whether they do that with the Pulse chain network, I mean, that remains to be seen. Yeah, who knows?
I'm going to address the chat real quick, guys. Great to see everyone. I love the new faces. I don't care how many viewers there are. When there's new people in the chat, it's always exciting for a streamer to talk to someone that. Thank you, everyone who's here. Please hit the like and subscribe and the bell and share this out if you have the time, please. I would appreciate it. I know you have the time, so do it. Guys, updated profile picture. Looking good, Tic Tac Crypto. And 5 system failure. Yo, what's good? What's the topic? Right now, we're talking about stable coins getting, I love these topics actually when you think about them. Stable coins getting forked over. I mean, stable coins getting copied over to Pulse Chain. Will they have value? Will we be able to use a stable coin that's forked over? I don't know. To me, it seems, I have no idea, but it seems like it would be difficult. Like that's just so much free money.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna
How
fly.
much free money can there be?
You'd be surprised.
No, I know. Like I've seen free money like crazy. It's weird, but like you just again and again it just happens and happens, and it's really. Won't the MMM bot vamp liquidity from Binance? I don't. Oh God, you guys are so smart. Matt Briggs keeps talking. I don't want to say this, but I think any coin will have value unless you bridge it. Won't have value unless you bridge it in and back. Yeah, but I think that's hard to quantify, Matt Briggs, because all the technology and the new projects that are going to come out, fiat on ramps, new wallets. It's really going to change the game, in my opinion. So to really think the game is going to be so stagnant that like you have to bridge all your, I don't know. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that question.
Well, I don't think we're going to have any concern about value being bridged in. It's going to, I mean, I really think that DAI in the SAC wallet is going to be bridged over. I think USDC, you know, without having reached out to them, I don't see why they wouldn't provide some sort of liquidity over here once they see adoption underway and see what we do, especially in the bear market when everybody's, you know, either sold out of their winning positions or sold out of their losing positions and sitting in stables waiting for the bottom to come in. Times are going to get boring, and then that's probably right about the time Pulse Chain is going to launch, and then it's going to be a lot of excitement over
Say
here.
that one more time, that last piece.
I think I think Richard's probably going to wait till the market's a bit more bearish. It just in my humble opinion, and when there's not a lot going on in the, you know, the main with Bitcoin, the main cryptoverse, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the other chains that we know, you know, when people sell out of their winning positions and the other people sell out of their losing positions, and a lot of people are sitting in stables, a lot of people are sitting there wrecked, just like in 2017, 2018, when there wasn't enough liquidity on Coinbase and other places to cash them out. They're going to just be sitting, they're going to be forced to sit in stables in the bottom of a bear. And I don't see why stablecoin companies such as Circle won't bring value where there's activity, which is going to be Pulse Chain, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I just don't. There's so much nuance within all of this stuff. It's going to be so interesting in hindsight to see how stupid we all are. You know, like, you know, all the stuff we were mentioning over and over again, and however it plays out, we'll be like, wow, you know, that made sense. Or like, or we could say Richard was right, or we could say the opposite. It's really going to be amazing. I really appreciate Richard putting his name and his face on this thing and just saying like it's going to the moon. You know, he doesn't say that, but you know, he's betting on himself, and that is very inspiring to me. Seems weird. A lot of people expect PRC20 copies to have value unless it's a ghost chain. They should have value. Well, I mean, I think that would be different for every PRC20. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that value will be determined by the market, and then obviously everything's launching at a zero system state, but then also it's outside of the market. If there's a driver of whoever the developers or of that, you know, project or promise coin decides to, you know, run on the Pulse Chain network versus, you know, the expense fees of Ethereum. A good example would be possibly like Decentraland Mana. Just because it's so expensive with the gas fees, it's broken, you can't do anything.
Is there anything you guys would like to see forked over that's not already planned, like any ERC20s that you think would be really useful, or anything that you're excited about that maybe people aren't talking about? I know this fiat thing that's coming out, PHIAT. The only reason I bring it up is because I talked to the guy and the test net's out. So I've been playing with it, but it's a fork of Aave.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very interesting to me, and the test net is up and it's pretty clean, so you can play with it. Yes, everyone hit the like. 10 more likes and we're at 100. 10 more likes and we're at 100 likes, guys. I really appreciate everyone coming in. If you're new and you haven't commented before, please do so I can say what's up. I'm going to be blazing and clicking buttons, not because of the bot, but because Jimrat Crypto wants to do a 24-hour stream. Yes, when Pulse Chain comes out, I will be doing a 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
100%. It's going to be lit. We're going to have people on. We're going to be freaking catching rug pulls. We're going to be jumping around, talking ratios, freaking out, drinking coffee. It's going to be insane.
That's like it's almost like concern trolling, but I'll be so glad it launches, just so I don't have to see the question one more time posted on the Twitters there about what do you think the price of this will be upon Pulse Chain launch. It's like,
Well, then
I don't care, because in a week it's not going to be that price.
Yeah. Well, once that time has come and passed, the follow up questions would be like, what are we sitting at in a year 2, year 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've got a couple projects that I like that one is already committed to coming over. It's Strong. The ticker is STRONG. I'll just let people look into that, but that's a dark
Wait, say
horse.
that one more time.
Strong, STRONG. And now this is not a recommendation. Go look into it yourselves. But I like the price action. It whenever the market is bearish, Strong is bullish. It's a lot like Hex in that way, like how Hex was behaving last year, especially towards the end of the year. But I have I get less. I mean, I got a little bit of excitement about other projects, but I have more worries outside of the obvious excitement of new chain, new money, new opportunities. I got a lot of concern about people testing the waters of the ratio trading. That's going to be a wishy-washy and very dangerous game for those who don't really know what's going on. Man, Jim Rat, dude, what I've come to is the more research that I put into that thought, the less likely I am to act, because there's just so much unknown. And I'm not insinuating anything, but if word got out that snapshot or fork has happened, and not in an official platform such as Richard or somebody saying, okay, we forked, but there's no value until this time, right? We're not opening the bridge until this time. So I think there's going to be people waiting on GitLab, with scripts and bots, just waiting to wreck people trying to ratio trade.
That is exactly what that's what I assume. Now, some people think we're so early and like it's so new and it's so nuanced that maybe it's not completely diluted by bots and all that shit. And I just disagree.
It only takes a few of them.
That's what I mean. And they just know people's emotional intentions. Sam, my partner, always talks about all of these things. And he, my stance, Hextech. I'm like, I don't like it. There's risk. I like single-sided staking. I'll buy more. I bet on myself in the future as far as having high income. So that's the way that I play the game. I just play long. I've always played long game with everything in my life. Always long game. I never think short game. I don't care about the short game. All I do every day is learn and research anyway. So it's like, what's the short game? I'll be doing this every day for the rest of my life. It's the shit.
Yeah, completely agree, man. And I like Tic Tac Crypto's comment there about, don't be trading, just DCA. We're early. Like, even if you don't start buying Pulse until 6 months in, 5 years from now, you're early as hell. Like, you got no worries at that point. What really confuses me, and I'm not bashing, but it just like is completely off message, is when Richard mentioned ratio, like the potential of some of you noobs picking up some Pulse, like swapping out of your PLSX and picking up some Pulse during the ratio hours. Like it really baffles me that he even threw that nugget out there. Like, yeah, I mean, that's a good idea, but doesn't that go against your entire ethos of this whole thing? And it didn't make a lot of sense to me. I think it was just enticing people to get wrecked. And maybe he realized that after the fact, but I don't think so, because he mentioned it 2 or 3 other times. So it just kind of, I don't know, man.
Well, I appreciate here at Crypto in the Evening, we appreciate honesty, and we like when people speak about the intuitive thoughts that they have about some of these subjects, because that's really where you get some of your best information. Like, clearly this is something you've thought about. I've never thought about ratio trading for 2 seconds other than trying to listen to what Sam's freaking chirping off about it. I never know what he's talking about. So it's basically it's good to have reality too. That's your thoughts on that. Maybe Richard Hart knows something that we don't. Maybe he knows that it won't be so sketchy for whatever reason. You know what I mean? I don't understand all the insight. And you would probably admit that that could be true as well, but it's important to get your thoughts out there and feel and think, because we're all smart. We're all just men, right? Like everyone of us is a man.
No, you're exactly right. Because Richard has never anything that he has like advised in an unofficial manner has been spot on. So which is why these ratio trading comments confuse me, because they seem dangerous and risky, in my opinion. From just to my limited knowledge of, a year and a half to 2 years in this space. But I trust what he says, because, I wasn't there for the adoption amplifier with HEX, but he told everybody, don't buy day one, wait a month or two and buy. That's exactly what somebody I know personally did. And he literally bought 1 day off of the low just from listening to Richard. I learned my lesson with pulse sacrifice when Richard said days 1 through 5, best times to sacrifice, hands down. Right? I said that multiple times, but now here I am, along with a lot of people in the community, waiting for the whale games to start. Oh no, they're gonna pump the price on day 17.
Oh, I listened to him right away. My bags were small enough, and I was just like, Richard, thank you.
Yep.
I dumped 35 cents on the Pulse X, everything I got into it.
That's so smart. I
learned
my lesson.
Lucky halfly, but yes.
I learned my lesson with the pulse chain sack, and I put 70% or so of my bag in first 1 through 5, right? But I waited and kind of DCA'd in the rest, waiting for the whales to drive up the price, which in hindsight made no sense for those guys. But with Pulse X, I didn't play any games, dude. You said you nailed the 35 cent, which was like immediately, right? I nailed about 33 cents, which was about 5 hours after the announcement of the sacrifice going live. And when I look at my balances, man, do I wish I would have listened to Richard on Pulse sacrifice.
That was a big swing.
Dude, I sacked the same amount for both, and I have significantly more Pulse X than Pulse. Just because of the timing.
I don't have it just because of the timing, but I do have more Pulse X than Pulse. But yeah, I had a preset bag for Pulse X, or excuse me, for Pulse, and, at the time, and so I pulled that trigger, and then I just happened to have a larger allocation available at the time that Pulse X went, so I just pulled that trigger. In fact, I had a friend of mine, one of the guys I onboarded, sitting next to me, and I'm like, I pointed at the number, and he's like, "You're not going to do that, right?" And I'm like, "Boom!" He's like, "You just did that, didn't you?" I'm like, "Go big or go home, baby."
It was fun to troll your friends about like the sacrifice phase. You're like, "Yeah, I just dumped a bunch of money." They're like, "You're getting robbed," and you're like, "You're an idiot." Guys, 6 more likes till 100. It's getting dangerously close to my bedtime. Valiant Brand, how are you doing, brother? One of the greatest Hexicans in the history of Hex. Thank you so much for everything you do for this community, Bran. You are the freaking man. Can't wait. Bran and all his family are in the Hexican, the Hexican Fitness Challenge, the Crypto Fitness Challenge. Real quick, guys, let's run that ad one more time since Bran pumped me the.
Let's go.
You do realize every time that you play that thing, I drop down and knock out about 35 crunches.
That's what I'm talking about. That
Every
that
time.
thing pumps me up every single time. Thanks, producer Bullish, for making the video and updating the website all the time. You are the best. Go to cryptofitnesschallenge.com, guys. Free sign up May 1st. That's Sunday. That'll be when we go live and the challenge starts. It's going to be insane. Valiant Brand, still trying to convince my 3 sisters to join the Crypto Fitness Challenge. You and your brothers inspired me. Guys, this is going to be so awesome. Just everyone talking about fitness and wellness in general is a good thing.
That is gonna bring so much value to people's lives, man. What you guys are doing is awesome. Just your channel in general. You know, you're open. You're new to this space. You've been through some struggle with what took place a few months ago, and you're just here. You're learning in the open, in the public eye, and I don't think there's anybody else really doing that on stream day to day, just making themselves better like that.
Yeah, this is what I do, man. This is what I've always done. I just never streamed, right? Like I was just like self-help, YouTube, learning, working out. And now I just found out a way to leverage it all because I have this financial product that changed my life so much, not only financially, but mentally. Hex changed my life. Once I learned about Hex, it changed the way I thought about the world.
Yep.
Pretty
Completely
crazy
agree.
stuff. Pretty crazy stuff, guys. I mean, what the heck? This is such a good life we live, you know? Oh, someone took a like away. What a jack. Who wants me to stay on longer? They know I'm getting sleepy. All my haters out there.
I think
suck a big
Brizology's
one.
in the house being a troll.
For all you haters out there, you're crushing it. Thank you so much for all the support. Jock got to be. If the Hex community was a high school, would you be the jock, the nerd, the prom queen, the hot girl, the stoner? Okay. Oh, now I'm just reading tweets, guys. I'm getting
all of the
above. Are we in the Breakfast Club?
Guys, smash that like. I'm not going off till 100 to feed my OCD.
How close?
We're very
GRC
close.
100.
Anyone who is watching this stream and who has not commented, you better comment right now so I can see your name and I can remember you, because I like to remember the people in this chat. It's funny to tell people you sacrifice Bitcoin for freedom of speech and seeing how confused they get.
Yeah.
It's so true too. Yeah, I sacrificed $100,000 in Ethereum for freedom of speech. I'm a boss. Why'd you do it? Just for freedom of speech. That's it. Blue, great to see you. Always enjoy your coming in the chat. Thank you for your support as always. Guys, if you're in here and you have not commented, like, and subscribe, please do. Follow me on Twitter, Jimrat Crypto. Follow me on Instagram, Jimrat Crypto. Follow me on everything. TikTok, Jimrat Crypto. Facebook, Jimrat Crypto. Every day I do a show called Crypto in the Morning. This is Crypto in the Evening. Tomorrow, Hexo is coming on 11 a.m. Eastern. Hexologist will be joining us to meet Sam for the first time and hopefully check out some memes along the way, because who doesn't like good memes?
Nice, tasty meme.
2 more likes, guys. Hit the like, guys. Smash it.
One of the other things to tell the people in the chat and stuff, if you would go down into the comment section and just leave any large or small comment, that totally helps the algorithm as well for the channel. Comments in the bottom are really important.
You could literally just type comment.
Yeah, you can be like, great show. That's it. You know.
Chad is back. Briggs, it was great having a good chat with you guys. I love all the different names here. Later on, fam. Hey, great to see you, man. Thank you for interjecting. anyone who's a Hexakin, a Pulsakin, a crypto fan, anyone with an open mind is allowed on this platform. That's really the only. You'll never see someone with a closed mind on this platform. And you know, oh my God, Ragsdig burpees on command yesterday. This community is the greatest.
This morning. Yeah.
Why did he do them?
He was out walking his thing, going walking every morning. So he decided he'd be, talking to the crypto sphere. And somebody said that he needed to drop and do some burpees. So he totally set the phone down towards the end of the stream and just busted out some burpees.
That's hilarious. Hey, they're good guys, They're funny guys. They're awesome guys. This community is absolutely one of a kind, dude.
Yeah, in fact, isn't that going to be part of the challenge? I know we haven't seen, but something about walking or something like that.
Well, there's going to be separate
tasks,
challenges, which you get certain amount of points for, and whoever gets the most points is one of the winners.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do them, and we're gonna see how intense it gets. If there's a barometer. I don't know how engaged everyone's gonna be, but it could be really engaged. So Motley's really excited. That's all I know. And when Motley gets excited, everyone gets excited, and they just go harder. It's gonna be lit tomorrow. Oh, with Hexo tomorrow is gonna be super lit. We're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna send that thumbnail out real shortly. Make sure you get in there. Smash that like.
Yeah, I called out Motley this morning and invited him to a throwdown for a liver eating contest. I'm live on stream, bro. Let's knock this stuff out.
Officially 200 signups on the Crypto Fitness Challenge, guys. Thank you so much. It's gonna be so cool. I'm so excited. We'll get Richard in there. Richard could have a phantom account in there. You never know. Tasks for weight gain, weight loss, being active, random one-offs, etc. Burpees, stuff, anything. We're gonna, as I go, because I do random stuff all the time while I'm going about my day, and I'm just gonna basically document everything I'm doing and throw it on there. So it's gonna be a lot of the stuff that I do, a lot of the stuff that Sam does, but just a little bit easier, probably a little bit, and then other ways to do it. Can we talk about bridge pools tomorrow? Certainly. Yeah, I would love to. So tomorrow, actually, Sam wants to bring up. Sam's got all these charts tomorrow. He's bringing up. He wants to show everyone that Bitcoin and Hex truly are correlated in price. And I'm like, okay, bring your charts up. You're fine. And he's like, okay, it's gonna be fun. So I'm like, we're gonna do that. But then I forgot Hexo is coming on, and Hexo ain't gonna want to talk about that. So we're going to probably put that on the next day. But Sam is coming out with a video on that. So, and we're going to cover it 100%. So all Sam's theories are fair game. Guys, we're at 100 likes officially. Thank you so much, everyone, for everything.
What you doing down there, buddy?
I got a big freaking my hamstring's absolutely.
That's what everybody's wondering. You got a big what?
No, my hamstring is totally wrecked. I can no longer do legs at all. I hadn't even mentioned this to anyone, but my hamstring is so destroyed. So it's just absolutely terrifyingly just tight. I don't even know what the feeling is. It's just every time I move it, it just gets it's about to go. Bedtime. Blaine 1, thank you for commenting. Everyone have a wonderful day. Keep killing it, bro. Valiant brand. Everyone, I'll see you tomorrow. This is Crypto in the Evening. We got Hexo at 11 a.m. Eastern. It's your boy GRC. Thank you guys, Apex and Hextech, so much for coming on. Someone minted 2.5 million maxi.
Ooh,
very nasty.
Very nice.
That's very nice.
Thanks for having me on, Jim Rat. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this has been really fun, guys. Have a great night. I'm talking to everyone soon, guys.
Take care.
Let's
go.